Sorry for everything being so late. What's it? I'd literally just come back. I've not even gotten out of what I was wearing when I was out. I've just come back from going out about and getting my bits and pieces sorted to sort out my drain and all that. Um, Today we're here, and I must apologise. I got the title wrong because I was writing it this morning when I was really tired. Um, and I still haven't checked MLM Third World Cadre's message comment shit. I do apologise, but we're here today to show and pay respects to the Proletarian Revolutionary Front, the Comrades, all but one that died. As we did last time, we're gonna take a moment to have a we're gonna take 2 minutes of silence and oh shit. And then we'll get on with the with this explanation of what's going on from a comrade called Comrade Menace. He's gonna tell us a few things, and we're gonna look at Pokerao. But first things first. We need to get our 2 minutes of silence and respect out there. So starting in, I'll count down, and we'll go into silence. 3, 2, 1. Rest in power, dear comrades. You lost your lives trying to investigate the 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 loss of our fallen Bundist comrades, and your commitment to the revolution will not be forgotten. God bless. Good to see you here. Black M3W Justice Cadre. Rest in power, comrades, indeed, absolutely. That. They were rare for MLs. They were. Um, they have the spirit of a Guevarist. Like I've been saying this, brother. I think we should claim Che Guevara as proto-Maoist. Like I understand that he gets marked in the anti-revisionist ML block, but think about like he might not have gone ramping on about people's war all the time, or he might not have gone ramping on about he might not have consolidated around the backbones of Maoism verbally as much. But even though Che was an aristocrat, he's such a rare breed of aristocrat because he was such a man of action. Like rather than just reading he could have read books on what other countries in South Africa were, like most aristocrats would do. But instead, Mandem turns around and goes and gets on his motorcycle and rides around it and learns all about it. And he goes in at right wing, comes at it left wing, and constantly learns from his experience. Experience is the only pathway to genuine knowledge. And Che Guevara died fighting along the principles of Lin Biao's perspective of the Revolutionary People's War on the global front. So like, also, MLs are more bad than good these days, so we might as well take the ones that we can. They're all right. Um, me and Lump and Kelt were talking, and it's like Hosierists are a hit or miss as well. Like the Stalinist Hosierists are kind of cringe and bit weird and silly, but the ones who are non-revisionist MLs, those ones, they seem to be all right as well. I've had some good interactions with MLs that like Hosier, even though me and you both know there's reasons why we don't like Hosier, but he did a lot of good things as well. You can't take it away from him. It's one of those complicated situations with socialism in Europe. Um, but I'm going off track, and I shouldn't be doing it. Um, my bad. Um, but yeah, no. Well, I guess it's still relative because we talk about already after ML. Sorry, I'm a bit befuddled. I've not long got back in from supermarket. Um, Brain. Um, so these blessed comrades, Proletarian Revolutionary Front, on the 30th of May 2019, lost their lives trying to find out what had happened to our blessed comrades in Argentina, our blessed Bundes comrades that had lost their lives by police force, brutality, and an organized Nazi-ran trafficking ring that is interconnected and interweaved with the international sex trafficking rings, as all sex trafficking rings tend to be, especially at the kind of scale that a lot of these people like to push. They're all intersected, they all interrelate, and that's why they've been able to get police support. When you're involved in that big bourgeois style of the lumpen sector, I guess would be the way to put it, the lumpenized society. The thing is with lumpen bourgeoisie is that they're only really lumpen because that's where they do their business. Otherwise, they're just like most bourgeois. I mean, some of them are a bit odd and a bit different, but the bourgeoisie, that's why there's you got the distinction between the lumpen bourgeoisie and the lumpen petit bourgeoisie that not a lot of people um, espouse to. But these MLs were aristocrats that vowed to be the as class treacherous as possible. They thought that was their mission, that they must present themselves as class traitors, and they must do what one must do to to help in the deconstruction of capitalism, and that is to destabilize the first world's capacity in regards to its imperialism abroad, and also in regards to its capacity to keep feeding its masters, keep using to for the fruits and profits of slavery to congest. There's capital, I mean, by that. And capital congests, it causes crisis, and crisis causes dialectical acceleration. And no, that's not that's not accelerationism. That is just the constructive way in which capitalism functions. Look at it as the way the crashes happen. Every time a crash happens in capitalism, the dialectic of capitalism has to accelerate to deal with it. That's just the process of dialectics. People talk shit, but these aristocrats, it breaks my heart that they're dead, because I'd have fucking got on with so many of these people. We'd have been cracking about. It would have been splendid. Like the Bundists as well. Like I think is it Isaiah? I think it's pronounced. Isaiah sounds like someone I'd speak to for hours on end about all sorts of different philosophical and otherwise concepts. And, like Mariam Emmersberg as well, and we would have cracked it on talking about the class structures and fascism, because it all ties into the Bundesstefs. These people, this revolutionary proletarian front, they came in to investigate these great people, because just like me, and I haven't even managed to meet these people dead, and I've got this love for them. These people actually got to know these people and know their existence and know what they are, and you know what I'm saying. So like, if I'm able to already be like, these people were fucking, grand, lovely, great comrades. They were committed to the struggle to the end. Like, everything I love about Comrade Net is in all of them. They're all great, revolutionary minded people, and they're gone. But these people who went to find them, they had actually got to engage with them. That is, whether it was over the internet, whether it was in person, I don't care. That is blessed of an experience for them to have. I've read the works of some of these Bundists, and they got some really good points to say, I'll tell you that. And that's why these blessed comrades from the Revolutionary Proletarian Front had to go and investigate. They got good comrades who had just lost their lives, and as far as anyone could see, it was off canter, because it came with white vans, and the police basically did fuck all. Because what was interesting, or what was found out, is that the police were the ones orchestrating it shit. They were the ones fucking driving the white vans and getting Jared 88 down there to commit the massacre. And then when these comrades came to sort it out, all but one comrade went missing. And don't confuse the Internationalist Resistance Guard with the Proletarian Revolutionary Guard, whatever you do. Well, yeah, they're not entirely integrated. Not everyone in the Proletarian Revolutionary Guard is involved with the. I can't remember how it is, so I'm not going to try and get it confused on you, man. I am planning to Sorry, I've got a fucking stir at the moment. I'm planning to reread those articles that were made by Pockeral and Comrade Menace, just as a way to contextualize this and give some people some education. I get confused too, Comrade. Yeah, I'm a rambly mess half the times. No, respect, brother, respect. Um, it's certainly hard when like you're dealing with the prospect of people who have passed away, and I've got a really close relationship with Brother Net, and I know how much this hurts him, and it fucking hurts. You really feel it, and I know that how much it's hurt him is how much it's hurt everyone else. Everyone has been destroyed by this situation to one degree or another. It's put so much stress on everyone's shoulders, I mean, people watching this need to remember these Nazis are not in prison. They've not been all destroyed or anything like that. They're still free, terrorizing people, trafficking trans people and women and young lads and anyone and everyone. Anyone that's deprived enough that they could exploit and use as anything from actually being a prostitute, or the horrible shit they do to trans people, where they do things like trans murder porn. To be honest, I do apologize. I should have triggered one before I said that for trans viewers. It's a bit too blatant and straight on with me. I do apologize, but you know what I'm saying. Like, uh, these these great comrades, they ended up losing their lives in all of this. They put all of them. Many of us confused June 3rd with June 8th, because June 3rd was Lenin Mao Communist Union, their HQ, a rock thrown through the window. But it was June 8th when the Lenin Mao Communist Union. Um, yeah, well, that's it. I'm very terrible with dates. I get the 27th right. That one's I guess given it's the start and it's the major problem of it, it is the easiest one to remember. I guess it's like, how it's easier to remember the Holocaust and Hitler's genocide than for a lot of people it is to think further than that and look to the other genocides that were being committed at the time as well. I'm thinking more for, you know, liberalism and conscious people, but it's still a good example of it nonetheless. Um, bit, man. Um, had three of their lead members murdered. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it. Okay, so it's not June the 3rd that I have to do the stream on them, it's June the 8th. I'll keep that in mind. Net will remind me anyway, um, on what's going on in the situation in regards to what I'm going to be looking into, because um, Mandem helps me out with so much stuff because he's such a fucking good brother. Like, he has very little chance to throw away a lot of his time at me, and I end up keeping him longer than I probably should. But people look at Net and they think like the guy is doesn't know anything because he's like me and he's scraggly and he's not all posh well and all pampered up because like I was laughing with Lump and Kelt this morning. When have you ever heard a Lumpen person say the word pamper? But Net is a fucking encyclopedia, man. That man knows so much shit. People just gotta care to listen and have some respect for the fact that Jewish people tend to speak a more mystical language than other people, and you just gotta be able to dissect it and go in with them. Lead members, mind you, Pockeral or Red Syrian, as he was known by the streets, was the lead member who survived. Yeah, I did read Pacquiao's blogs. I don't know whether I read everything, but I read the majority of it. But nonetheless, I'm going to be going through Pacquiao during this stream as well. Um, uh, fucking tea's gone cold. Ain't got money to waste. It's alright. Okay. Um, Internationalist Resistance Guard. Um, that's the first thing that I've got loaded up. The Proletarian Revolutionary Front was ignored for most of their existence, sadly. That's a problem we're having with the ignorance towards the Bundists, and everyone's trying to beat Maoism into the ground and make it something that they can just ignore. I mean, this wall of ignorance, um, you really can look at it as like a process that came from the advancements of intellectualism during the civil rights movement, where white people capped the revolutionary struggle in the ass and fucked us all over. Because of course it would be white middle class people, you know. Um, White people in general, we have a tendency to just really fuck everything up. It's just fuck it up. But it seems that from that we have now been stuck in this situation where everything is all about silencing revolutionary struggle and mindset as much as possible. Oh, sorry, got indigestion. So let's get into the nitty und the gritty. Um, so first, we're going to start with a piece from the Internationalist Resistance Guard regarding the what's it? situation, and it comes with this preface to it all. Um, just a preface that's to the Internationalist Resistance Guard to explain what they are. So the Internationalist Resistance Guard is, quote, "We are class traitors of the First World. We promote a philosophy of resistance in the First World for the purpose of undermining the First World. Most of us can be called Chicano aristocracy of labor. We oppose imperialism and adhere to the Maoism Third Worldism. We oppose Americanism and First Worldism. We remember the Civil Rights Movement, and we are angry that it failed. We accept that revolution will only come from the Third World." On May 30th, 2019, Proletarian Revolution. Oh, that's the comment I already read before. Just making sure. On May the 30th, 2019, my comrades in the Proletarian Revolutionary Front were murdered by written by Commander Soviet. I read that in a way where it sounded like they were sorry. Um, I'll read that again just to on 30th, 2019. I'm sorry, on May the 30th, 2019, my comrades in the Proletarian Revolutionary Front were murdered. Leave a breath space. By Commander Soviet Menace. It was Commander Soviet Menace. I was calling him Commander Menace, I think. Or was I calling him Soviet Menace? I can't remember. Um, uh, Disclaimer. Commander Soviet Menace is not a member of the Internationalist Resistance Guard. We in the Internationalist Resistance Guard testify to the fact that there was once a group known as the Proletarian Revolutionary Front. Every member of the organization, sorry, one second. I lost where I was reading. But as we knew every member of the organization, we used to dismiss them as First Worldists, so we feel that we owe it to their sole surviving member that he should be able to express himself in the anniversary of the murder of his fallen comrades. Red salute to that. By Commander Soviet Menace. Quote, "I want to thank the Internationalist Resistance Guard for allowing me to post this commemoration article on their blog. They did not have to do this. I am grateful that you would platform my testimony to the public. I feel more emboldened to fight for the liberation of the world because of the murder of George Floyd. George Floyd, a black man, was murdered in Minneapolis on May 25th, 2020 by the pig known by the name of Derek Chauvin, or Chauvin, or however it's pronounced. It looks French. An ugly white Minneapolis police officer knelt on Floyd's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, 2 minutes and 53 seconds of which occurred after Floyd became unresponsive, according to the criminal complaint filed against Chauvin. Floyd was handcuffed and lying face down on the road, while Chauvin had his knee over his neck. The three other arresting officers were identified as Thomas K. Lane, Tao Thao, and J. Alexander Quang. To all of those affected by what happened, I will show you what me and my comrades swore an oath to protect and defend. Me and my comrades had at least 12 hideouts in California, 3 of them in Los Angeles. We had sworn an oath to uphold and defend the Declaration of Justice and Revolution, and we have no shame in our treasonous positions. Before I go further, I wish to dispel a rumor. The Syrian communist who is known in social media as Pakaral is not dead. This rumor came from the fact that he recently captured twice by neo-Nazis, and both times he escaped. I have helped Pakaral get out of the United States of America. You should take time to read the entire blog. This is his blog called Pakaral. I get frustrated with everyone dissing real revolutionaries that decide to share information via blogger. I'm fed up with those who ridicule collaboration of different socialist groups that build blogs together. I am not going to give new insight on what happened because what happened to my comrades is already well documented by Pacquiao. I will give a summary though. I will also express my solidarity with George Floyd and his family. I wish to thank all of those of the Lenin Mao Communist Union that still live, as I too am now underground. I give you my thanks. I am sorry that your aiding of me led to the murder of 3 of your comrades. I also want to thank Jason Unruh for having the guts to talk about the events in Arizona that took place on May 29th, 2019. Which I spoke with Jason after he got off that stream. I was in a voice chat with him and he was absolutely distraught. Video. And he was absolutely distraught after he made that video and after he'd heard about it and, all that, I'd never seen Jason so beaten down it was it was when you're finding out that all this comes from this like sex trafficking ring and sorry, I'm looking at my second screen. From the sex trafficking ring and all this abuse and the Nazis and how well organized they are. It's fucking terrifying, man. And you fear for the lives of the comrades who still are around because you know that if it happens to these comrades, it can happen to all of them. They're being murdered. And all these dickheads in the first world are more bothered about whether we should go support Vladimir Putin or not. They don't give a shit about these fallen comrades, and they don't give a shit about the real entails of struggle. They don't give a fuck about any fallen comrades, really. The only shit they give a fuck about is abusing the words of comrades to push their anti-revolutionary bullshit. They're counter-revolutionaries, all these dickheads. They're pushing this pat sock crap. Anyone who's a fucking debate bro dickhead, debate bro dickhead, or any of those other cunts, they stomp on the grades of comrades every day. I couldn't give a flying fuck even if they shatter golden goose. They are fucking full of shit. I meant to say golden egg, but you know what I fucking meant. Like, it's funny when I say things wrong, so just enjoy the fact I said golden goose. It'll brighten up the mood, because it's this shit. It does two things. It makes you want to fucking break down into tears, and it makes you want to yell as loud as fucking possible. You want to end up fucking screaming and wraggling people's neck because of the disrespect that they give, that all these dickheads give to all these fallen cadres. They don't give a fuck. Like, Moppin, when he was pretending to be friends with Jason, when he was doing all that fucking bullshit and talking about him behind his back to people who were also supposed to be his mates and couldn't be asked to fucking say shit for squat. Motherfucker, to Jason, let Jason to find out for himself, which is such a dick move. Fucking Caleb Moppin is supposed to be his mate, he's big news guy, and he hears Jason talk about a fucking massacre that went down. You'd think Caleb Moppin would be like, well, how do we get like a video interview that protects the identity of these people and get it spoken out and get this going? Like, if he really cared about the problems of America, why wouldn't he go and help this fucking massacre that happened against Jewish Americans? He doesn't give a shit. It might even entail that the guy's an anti-Semite. So, well, I mean, we already know that given some of the other content that's going by him. But I'm just compiling it. And this stomps on the graves of comrades. These people are supposed to be mates of people that are unraveling the struggle, and they don't want to do shit. It's like when I reached out to, back when they were called Fred Hampton Leftists, I reached out to him to get, with Falcone, to get, to get these massacres, to get the synagogue massacre and the murderers of these two, communist organizations, the Third World, internationalist, sorry, I did the thing, MLM, I did the thing, M3W Justice Cadre, my man. The Revolutionary Proletarian Front, whom I don't think they are Third Worldists. I keep getting everything mixed up and confused. I do apologize. But the Proletarian Revolutionary Front and the Lenin Mao Communist Union, I call them the Lenin Mao Commune sometimes just to save me breath, but the murders of those communist organizations and socialist organizations in general, and the threat that these Nazis pose towards the natives, more Jewish people that are in risk still, the African diaspora that are in struggle, the new Africans, um, and the sorry, my brain's a bit flat. I remember rightly when I was talking with Nat about it the first time that there's also Irish groups that are affected by the racism of Arizona. You know, I mean, the racism for Irish people is all around the country, but it varies and it differs, and more of it's about gimmicking Irish people than it is about actually just going out violently against them. But in Arizona, it's violence, and violence it'll always end up being with these fascists. They're the most organized fascists in America, arguably speaking. I guess you could say like the JDL is probably the most organized fascist group in America because they're all over the place. But um, I don't know. Go about it as you please. Um, but yeah. When the five council member when the that took place on May 27th, 2019, when the five council members of the Bundes movement were murdered, along with many more people. It was upwards. I think it was upwards of 20 people that died there. I think altogether, because there was men, women, and children that were shot up, and everyone was shot up that was there. So a bit. Sorry, my mouth is not working properly. Um, it's it's horrific business when you really look into how this has all gone down. Like, these people have been taken out in a different means, but when you look at the full scope of it all, these fuckers, these fascist fuckers, turned up on a wedding that had been set up by a snitch. Like, not entirely. Of course, they were going to get married, but like someone infiltrated and basically told them that they'd be cool if they went to the synagogue. And there's actually history regarding this synagogue, being a place where the police have committed massacres before against. It was a pagan group in 1997, I think it was. Um, if any of comrades on the street of Arizona are either watching now or watching later on, either leave a comment in the live chat if you're watching now, or drop a comment in the comment section when it's processed and that you're able to, just to let me know on that, because I might be getting a bit wrong. Jason Unruh also mentioned my comrades in the Proletarian Revolutionary Front that died on May the 30th, 2019, and the 3 members of the Lenin Mao Communist Union that were murdered on June the 8th, 2019. Jason Unruh has not only earned my respect, but I will from now on work hard to discredit those that lie about him and his friends in the Leading Lights communist organization. Respect to that. Respect to that, brother. God bless. Me and my comrades were contacted after the massacre that took place on May 27th, 2019. We immediately came out to Arizona to gather hard evidence, as we all knew about Jared 88 and his girlfriend Bunny Leistung. With Bunny Leistung was a JDL Zionist who went by the name of Adina Bilen. We met with an associated comrade who decided to contact us concerning the events of May 27th, 2019. We actually gathered amazing evidence, but Bunny Lestung spotted us, and we were captured and thrown into a white van. I alone escaped the white van, my 8 comrades along with the young comrade who had contacted us asking to come out to Arizona to conduct an investigation concerning the events of May 27th, 2019. They were in the van, and as I escaped, I had to get help, so I went to the headquarters of the Lenin Mao Communist Union. Inside the white van, my comrades were stabbed by Adina Bilen multiple times. She kept stabbing them even after they died, the wounds she was inflicting on them. While in the white van, my young comrade that phoned me and my comrades was hit unconscious by bunny lace stung. The young unnamed comrade that first contacted us at the Proletarian Revolutionary Front then woke up in a warehouse that was still under construction in the city of Surprise. This is the reason why they know what went down in the situation, because this is where it gets to explain the context prior, because I know that some of the context in this seems a bit confusing. You got to remember this happened really close after like everything had gone down. This is 2020, and so my comrade here is still in mourning of his lost comrades, just like Comrade Net's still in mourning of his lost brothers and sisters. Especially given that the Jews are a diaspora group, so their a loss of numbers is not a good bit of business for them. It really does. I mean, everyone gets hurt when you lose people. Obviously, we're humans, but if you don't understand how much that's going to hurt more for a Jewish person, I really question your motives as a communist, because it should be pretty obvious in regards to why it hurts them more. Just like how much it hurts Roma people in the same fashion. One thing that really hits Roma people hard are the people who descend from Roma but have been moved into the cities and have been split off from them and have been had their culture demolished, no sense of language or anything. So they're it brings a great bout of depression to them people and their struggle and their plight. People are got to be more aware and put yourself in the shoes of other people, not put your shoes on other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've got to really walk in people's shoes as they would walk in yours, with complete reciprocity and respect, and show how much got to feel things from their perspective. Really put your heart in it. Emotion is the way in which that we will empathy. Can't English. Empathy. It needs to come from empathy. You got to show that empathy is a very empirical formulation. It's not like sympathy. Sympathy is very rational. It's thinking of how you would rationalize someone's position. It's not you empirically looking at how you would integrate into someone's position. And so when you do that, it's actually being dialectical materialist. When you are using empathy, you are engaging with material reality. The thing that people get confused with is they think, oh, empathy, okay, then emotion. Emotions are tied to empathy, yes, but empathy is an analytical function in the brain. It's why a lot of autistic people suffer with empathic hypersensitivity. Well, we're more hypersensitive to our emotions than other people's emotions, because there is emotional communication in all animals. Like, that's why dogs and humans get along so well. We have a similar basis of emotional communication. Autistic people, we have a more advanced formulation of emotional communication, but we also a lot of the time dissociate from it because of how hypersensitive it is. It can be extensively loud, and not everyone gets to have that feature of being able to hypersensitively dissociate, but empathy is dialectical, and when you build that empathy and you connect with these people at these struggles, in these struggles that are happening in America and the struggles going on all around the world, you bring damage to the system by engaging in that empathy, not instantly. Don't think I'm blowing smoke up your ass. Think about it in the long term. If you build a connection to the third world and you're constantly helping them and supporting them, and not just any form of monetary thing we could do, or any form of aid thing we could do, or any form of like this, that, protests, constant support, engaging with them as socialists, not just communist to communist, but socialist to communist. As we will engage with everyone, the multipolar Maoist mentality will be brought forward to speak in the language of my MLM cadres, who are not a big fan of the third world, this moniker, which I don't even think it's about any stage thing. I think it's just because of and smartly so, it's got bad optics. But I thought I'd say that because empathy builds up that consolidation and that solidarity in the long run, and it builds you towards that having an actual functional revolutionary structure that's international. It causes emotional damage. Sorry, I had to. But no, what I'm saying, my joke aside, I'm not tearing away from what I'm saying. Everything I'm saying is absolutely serious and straight. Other than that little statement, I thought it'd be nice to lighten things up. But what I'm getting at really is key and important as revolutionaries, and this is what the revolutionary the Proletarian Revolutionary Front. They are a great example of people with a great sense of empathy for the people of struggle. The Internationalist Resistance Guard, in their willingness to help this comrade get their voice out and their dedication to third worldism, has also been an absolute blessing and comes from a position of great empathy for the people of the world and that solidarity that gets built from that for the third world cadres. The 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 my Panther brothers and sisters that are in Arizona now that are, helping them out. My Panther brothers and sisters that are all over the place. Like, you should be wary, Caleb Marpin, because the Panthers are coming back and they will be everywhere. Like, you think the Panthers shook the fucking boat up last time, Marpin? You wait. You won't be just agreeing with the people that stole their guns away like you already have, you savage as white fucking demon, as Malcolm X had rightly put. You are one of them white demons, mate. You will be begging for them to introduce gun laws when the Panthers strike back again, because you are absolutely opposed to true revolutionary organizations, and the Maoists that are formalizing around the Panther struggle are pulling this back, and it is consolidated from comrades once again that have great empathy for our lost comrades in Arizona. Now, they're everywhere. Panthers are everywhere, man. So, the Pat Sox, watch your shit, because you push your shit in Panther territory, they're gonna kick you out. They ain't gonna fuck with you. They think they got time for your fucking shit. Like, black people have been abused by enough people that preach the fucking bullshit of Roosevelt. No one wants that crap. This is the mentality of these motherfuckers, and it stomps on the graves of these people. And I am saying Caleb, I know, but I'm using him as a death to Zionism, absolutely. BRB. They are fascists and murderers, and they should be they should be dealt with as all fascists and murderers should be dealt with. Well, no, you know what I mean. With murderers is a bit too far for me to say all of them, because complications there. But fascists should be shot. We can all agree here that fascists, they do deserve to face the wall. Killing people all over the planet, absolutely. They're not just murderers; they're mass murderers. I'm gonna do the pop out chat so it's easier for me to read it. And yeah, and the I'm mentioning Caleb as an archetype here. I don't want to be detracting from the whole menace of the white aristocracy themselves, and you could say that, the white aristocracy, and I must be definitive. I feel that we need to be more expressive with things. So I've had people trying to abuse the fact when I've used aristocracy alone to describe the labor aristocracy as that's more of a term that fits the feudal aristocracy. But I put it like this way. The petty bourgeoisie are an aristocratic class, even the ones who own capital, which most of them do. But I mean, like, the ones who actually own proper private property, means to produce capital, in a sense. As little capital as we can produce in the petty bourgeoisie these days. Aristocracy should incorporate both the petty bourgeoisie and the labor aristocracy when you speak to them, and then you'd be more specific in saying labor aristocrat to differentiate from the petty bourgeoisie, so that when you're talking about the semantic ideology that unifies these two classes in a class conscious situation where they share consciousness, although the petty bourgeoisie obviously has a different consciousness and different interests slightly than the labor aristocracy. It's a bit complicated, it's weird, but put it this way: the labor aristocracy is the bastard child of the petty bourgeoisie. But So when I say, it's an archetype for the way the white aristocracy are being about these things. They're terrified of the coming rise of uh, the Panthers and the coming rise of the Panthers, the rise of the Bundes, the rise of the Native Americans. They're terrified of this stuff. And Caleb, I'll tell you this: you're afraid that Antifa is gonna get you, and you must know Jason Unruh has great connection with the Panthers that are about everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jason Unruh's got really good links with these Panthers, and Panthers are Antifa. You might want to watch yourself when you go in territories of theirs. And we know that you're plotting around the country with your little CPI conferences. Like, I wonder where you'll head up next. I wonder where you'll end up getting done. And you'll get buggered, mate. Because these Panthers, these Panthers are on the rise. These Bundists are on the rise. These communists are on the rise. And these fascists are organizing. And they're compounding themselves. And when Antifa organizes, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. No, they're not fucking threats. I'm taking the piss out of the fact that the fucker is turning around and be like, oh, they're going on 4chan and they're gonna organize against me. But no, I'm saying that they thought that the revolutionary potential of the lumpen proletariat last time was spicy. Wait till you see it this time. Communism is on the rise and revolution's on the rise. The people have realized it's revolution or extinction, man. And I'm pissed off. That's why I've gone in this ramble, because it's just all of these white middle class Marxists are not really good Marxists. I mean, like my M3W cadre said at the start, these people that I'm talking about here were these people were like the rarest of rare things that you get with MLs. They were the good MLs, the anti-revisionists. They behaved like Guevarists. And we always end up losing these people because they've not got enough backing behind them, because these revolutionary people are slapped aside. Third worldism really is a fourth stage of Marxism. Agreed, brother. I'll die on that hill. Yeah, like I don't even think most Maoists that call us multipolar disagree. I think they just don't want the shit that comes with it because of how much crap Jason's got. Like Jason getting attacked all the time has kind of made third worldism hard to entangle with. For a lot of people, I feel, because they don't want to just get lampooned. But I don't like that mentality. I do find that a bit weak. The end of the day, we're always going to get lampooned, and I think that we should be doing the stuff that makes people rage like that, because the more that we get more comrades to speak like that and do that shit and disrupt the order of things, the more to the real people we'll start to show ourselves. When the lumpen proletarians start coming and looking at things on YouTube, which we do, trust me, that's how I fucking come across Jason Unruh, is browsing about and looking into communism, because I wanted to, I'd heard about it in school before I went homeless, and wanted to learn more about it. Come across Jason. It's one of the first people I come across. Taught me so much. From there I ended up in a party. But it's like, we've got to show what this system really is. When Jason is speaking shit and all these people are being savages towards him, they're just attacking him for his looks. They're demoralizing his persona. They're beating him into the ground as much as they fucking can. White people always are the most capable when it comes to being savages. Like, we want to make ourselves different from everyone else and above everyone else. Like, fucking every culture, every people has been capable of doing genocide and has probably done it at some point in their time. But that's a really weird excuse white people use to try and justify their shit. And it's like, okay, then let's do the calculations. How many people have white people killed in their genocide? Oh wait, fucking loads compared to everyone else. So it's a complete, it's the only thing that makes us so distinct in any way. Like, all this racism, all this bullshit like that. The only thing that we can really hold to our chart, because we always want to be the special snowflakes, don't we? White people do. They always want to be somewhat special compared to black people, where they can have one thing that makes them special if they want to be maniacs and genocidal fucking, continue the history of capitalism and feudalism and the Romanism that has infected and infused it. Accusations of murder and assault. That is a good point. The false accusations of murder and assault is a really bad problem. But I can't remember what I was about to say. Shit. I was on fire then. I forgot what I was gonna say. Crap. No. It was my fault. I looked up at the screen. What's it? I've still not been able to get any care for my hospital injury as well. So I've taken 2 tramadols today, which is an opioid. So that's why I'm a bit sloppy as well. So I do apologize for that. Um, it's medication. It's stuff I've been having to take, but I took a massive break from it for I can't remember if it was a year or 2 years. I think 2 years. 2 years I took a break from them, and I started taking them again because pain is ridiculous. Um, it got really bad with them. Like, don't take opioids unless you really fucking have to, because they're not nice things to be on, man. And you can't speak your words properly. You're all a fumblesome mess. It's really not nice business. Especially with what they can do to you. And like tramadol's bad. It's not fucking fentanyl though. Like fucking fentanyl, that's another beast and a half, isn't it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Um, the young unnamed comrade that first contacted us, I woke up in the Proletarian Revolutionary Front, then woke up in a warehouse that was still under construction in the city of Surprise. He was interrogated and tortured by Adina Bilen, the Zionist bitch, English. Meanwhile, as I was in the headquarters of the Lenin Mao Communist Union, they gathered their own intelligence by speaking to any people who saw the abduction of me and my comrades. So then they were able to deduce that the young man was held in a warehouse that was still under construction in the city of Surprise, Arizona. Then the Lenin Mao Communist Union armed me, and I was given a ride to a place near the location, and I went into that unfinished warehouse. I could see that the backside. I could see the backsides of Bunny Lestung, and Adina Bilen. I was armed with the rifle that was given to me by the Lenin Mao Communist Union. Without hesitation, I've shot both of them, and this killed them. God bless. Those dirty fascist pigs deserve the fucking bullet. It's where they belong, in the fucking grave. I handed the young comrade a pistol for protection. The bitch is dead, according to these words that are written here. The fucking bitch is dead. The young comrade. Oh, sorry, I skipped ahead a bit. I handed the young comrade a pistol for protection. Both ran out. As we were confronted by some of the neo-Nazi members of the National Socialist Revolutionary Guard, who has interactions and is integrated in the Midnight Productions fascists that we've been talking about on these streams regarding Arizona. That's my audit. It stopped at Revolutionary Guard. Just pointing that out to people. The young unnamed comrade killed 4 of them as they ran at us by firing the pistol that I had just given to him. We ran to the car. Fucking hell. We ran out to the car where General Secretary Edward Phil's car was parked. In case you don't know, General Secretary Edward Phil was one of the members of the Lenin Mao Communist Union. That would be murdered later on June the 8th, 2019, rest in power, in their very own headquarters. Jared 88 drove in pursuit of us. We got away. The following day, Chairman James Frankfurt, General Secretary Edward Phil, and Arc Director Bradley Birch aided me and the young comrade in investigating what had happened on May 27th, 2019 and May 30th, 2019. Me and my young comrade both left Arizona with the help of everyone in the Lenin Mao Communist Union. This is why on June the 8th, 2019, 3 of the members of the Lenin Mao Communist Union were murdered. I am still upset that this happened. All the information concerning my comrades has been erased. It is dangerous even going into Arizona and running up against Midnight Productions. They have the resources to remove entire records of a person. I know comrades who have gone through that experience. This that he speaks is not just some casual shit. It's entirely to be true. And they alter records of people. Like, I know a good comrade who was born in Yugoslavia, yet he has had his records altered by Midnight Productions to say that he was born in Arizona. Their ability to do this is even more when you are in Arizona. I could explain a lot more, but that would require volumes of information that I will not bombard this blog with. I want everyone who feels impacted by the murder of George Floyd to read the Declaration of Justice and Revolution. That's next on the list, actually. It's funny. What I meant to say funny. I meant to say funny. Funny to say that as if like it was a coincidence, but no, it's just a list of things. Sorry, brains flat. It's like I'm talking like I'm having a conversation with the guy at this point. Like, funny you say that, mate. That's exactly the next thing I was gonna do. Sorry, my head's flat. I do apologize greatly, comrades. Every member of the Proletarian Revolutionary Front was either black or Mexican. I myself am black, and I want people to understand that we can change the world, but we cannot change it through reforms. Right on, comrade. My comrades did not die for voting rights. They died to destroy the very state institution that Derek Chauvin is a part of. Please read the Declaration of Justice and Revolution and live by it. I believe in revolutionary justice, and you should too. Solidarity to the friends and family of George Floyd. Well, no sympathy for the devil, as they say. Aye, indeed. Oh god, I come off something that's talking about fucking Ramiro douche on there. The guy is. Always be careful of someone who pushes Marxist Leninism, third worldism. It's not fucking. You can't. No, shut. Like, it's not. To be a third worldist in a Marxist context, because I know that there are people who are not Marxists who meet a lot of our principles and standards regarding things, but in the context of Marxism, third worldism requires Maoism. It's impossible. So anyone like that Romero person who tries to push this Marxism, Leninism, third worldism, they're full of shit. Especially when they then defend China as a socialist nation. They're really full of shit. This is on Internationalist Resistance Guard again. The Declaration of Justice and Revolution by the Proletarian Revolutionary Front. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that humanity has run out of time, and the one way to save the proletariat is open defiance. We must shake off the bonds of tyranny that is capitalism. The theories of Marxism-Leninism constitute the revolutionary science that, when applied to each unique proletarian struggle, births the groundwork for vanguards of justice and revolution. Where there are police killing people of color, we watch, record, and notify. When the marginalized of society are brutally murdered one by one, and no one is willing to expose the injustices that have occurred, we will be there to inform the public. We will destroy the oppressive systems of injustice, not with reforms, not with reaction, not with dogmatic nostalgia for disconnected Marxists who know nothing of struggles in the exploited countries, the prison systems, or the urban ghettos, with revolutionary justice, whether recognized or unrecognized by the imperialist systems. We stand for the proletarians throughout the world and the impoverished slum dwellers determined to better themselves in class struggle. We stand for the Marxism-Leninism because it is the weapon for ensuring unity within the militia and the revolutionary organizations in the interest of the people. Capitalism and white supremacy control the world, and if the masses have yet to awaken to this, we declare that it is better for us and the other revolutionaries to become adventurous for revolutionary militias rather than grow old and corrupt, waiting for the neutralized victims of global Stockholm syndrome to realize that they no longer desire abuse. The fight is necessary because without it, we risk marginalizing, becoming reactionaries, fighting white supremacy with racism, with those of the white settler populations, and those Europeans in other imperialist countries are oppressed as well, and racism will only further their class collaboration. We declare that in the United States of America, with those good old 3Ks to show what it really is, that vanguard parties that waste their efforts in electoral policies are validating the police state. The masses in the United States of America have stopped voting, and this is beneficial for the spread of Marxism-Leninism. Revolutionary vanguard militias have replaced dogmatic vanguard parties. It is do or die. We live and learn and study with the correct applications of revolutionary scientific experimentation. Refuse to be slandered by other so-called communists as accelerationists, because it's not what it is. And fuck them dickheads. Dogmatism is extremely harmful to revolutionaries. It is a static set application. Sorry, I thought I unplugged my mic accidentally. It is a static set of applications from years gone past, which eats away at the ideological struggle. Whenever a community is in struggle with an outre for justice, it is the duty of the revolutionary communists to answer with armed solidarity. Whenever white supremacy attacks marginalized people, we shall be there to document injustice and defend those under such oppression. Whenever house foreclosure is upon a family, we will provide aid. Whenever the police cover up crime, we will expose what they seek to hide. Whenever the police murder the innocent, we will bring the revolutionary justice to the people. When the American corporations exploit Africa, the ghettos of Mexico, and the poorest Asian countries, we will sabotage such exploitation. If this is adventurism, then communists have reached the revolutionary stage of adventurism. If this is accelerationism, then communists have to update the revolutionary science to acceleration. We lift up the hammer to the proletarians and the sickle to the oppressed, the marginalized and the wretched of the earth. Give us your exploited, your oppressed, your marginalized persons yearning to have human dignity. Come, these, the homeless and proletariat to us. Absolutely. God bless these revolutionaries and rest in peace, the Mao Lenin Commune. We're now on to the background information by Pokirao. I'll just give Pokirao's thing. I used to be on Twitter, Tumblr, and Reddit. I was a Marxist-Leninist just before I used a picture of a frog. I was a member of the Lenin Mao Communist Union. 3 of the members were murdered on June the 8th, 2019. We have disbanded since then. Lately, I have been soul searching. I almost became a Maoist third worldist, but I instead decided to become an MLM, a Marxist-Leninist Maoist. Background information. I'm going to bring up 2 political parties that are underground and not registered. I am going to focus heavy on the Proletarian Revolutionary Front in this post. But before I do that, I'm going to give a lot of background to the Bundes movement. I'm going to write out everything I know, with some expectations for reasons. Sorry, with some exceptions for reasons of safety. Absolutely, absolutely. About the Proletarian Revolutionary Front. After that, I'm going to give a very brief summary on the organization I was part of, Lenin Mao Communist Union. The next post will get further into the Lenin Mao Communist Union. I am confident that the issues that I will raise and the information that I shall provide will become more knowable as the years progress. First, I must bring up a Trotskyist group. This Trotskyist group is a threat to Marxist, Leninist, Maoist, Third Worldist, Bundists, and even anarchists. I mean, there was the Trotskyists that started the trouble in the anarchist communes, the communists that started causing trouble within the communes, and actually sabotaged the relationship that the Soviet Union had with the anarchists and further on the MLs and that relationship with them. I mean, we gotta remember it was the Soviet Union. They armed the anarchists in Spain. Trotskyist group, but sorry, I went too far then. The 3 martyred groups that I will give a report on in this post were not martyred by this Trotskyist group, but this Trotskyist group has both attacked attacked both the Lenin Mao Communist movement and the Lenin Mao Communist Union and the Bundist movement before. Sorry, I've got an itchy fucking nose, man. The reason why this is important. Oh, sorry, I went too far then. Oh, God bless you, Comrade Net. It's prepping me. For respect to our blessed comrade on June the 8th. Sorry, there we go. Trotskyist group sector, and they had done so with physical violence. The Trotskyists, I actually know of events that have happened where they've attacked my comrade and where he's had to run and there's a time where he had to run from them while he was holding very, very important documents and was in a really, really risky situation. You know, these Trotskyists, they're very anti-Semitic and they're going out and doing what they can to work with. So from what I remember hearing recently, they're working with Nazis, like directly, but not your typical Nazis. These Nazis are smarter than you might expect. That's all I can say for now. We're still trying to figure them out. Once we've got a picture on them and we know what these people are about, you'll be hearing about it. But at the moment, it's just early stages of really trying to pattern out and understand what's going on in these street situations. You know, these messages I bring from the street. This is all. Put it this way. All this has to be processed. We have to go through and understand this and analyze this. The thing that people don't understand is the local proletariat sees everything. You know, they're in a position where they're a lot of the time, like think about the homeless, for example. Homeless people see and hear so many different things. When I was on the streets and I was sitting about in different places, because I used to wander a lot. I like to roam because my autism makes it really hard for me to sit in one place for too long when I'm outside, especially with my trauma I've had in life. I'm a bit fidgety, and I liked roaming a bit as well. It was painful on my disability, and I used to drag myself into the night shelters sometimes because I go on ridiculous long walks all over the town. But I got to see all these different sites. I got to hear so much about what's going on around the place and see the world unfold for itself. It was the last time it properly snowed, and I got to experience looking at what my town is like when it's all covered in snow, which was beautiful. Beautiful, I tell you. But the homeless, they hear so much. So when you go and engage these homeless people, you find out so much. Like, a lot of what we found out about what happened and they, what, these people don't get enough credit because we're taught, when I even myself have not given them enough credit, and I genuinely feel bad, and I apologize to my lumpen proletarian brothers and sisters. But people who need the most, sorry, I'm fumbling my words. The people who need the credit in regards to acquiring the information. When these comrades saying they're going around and they're getting information, they're asking lumpen proletarian brothers and sisters. They're going around to the people they know will be on the streets and will have information, and they speak to them. Maybe normally you would be respectful and you'd come in and you would bring some food or some fags or some or maybe a bit of Mary Jane or something like that, just as peace sort of offering. My brother, my sister, like, I want some information from you, but I don't want to just gallywand you like that. Like, give me the information and I can give you something you want. It's not brokering in the way that, like, you broker with an oppositioner. It's more like brokering in the way that you would with informants. So it's keeping well informed, and you don't even always have to do that. I mean, lumpen proletarian brothers and sisters, we're gonna tell you if you ask us about a massacre. We're not gonna fucking charge you for that shit. That's lumpen aristocratic behavior, that is. But mandem, like the way that we are, and we've got all this sight and air into things. When the Maoists and the Marxist Leninists go around speaking to people, it said like they figured out what was going on and they did all that work and then they helped get the people out there. They were going around, and this is why they grabbed the attention of Jared 88. They were going around in areas where they would be seen by the police, they would be seen by security, and they would be seen by fascists in these orgs. You don't know who is and who isn't one of these fascists. It's difficult. So, like, that's what put a target on the heads of the Lenin Mao Communist Union, was when they were going around asking shit. Someone has obviously heard and someone has obviously said stuff. You also have the problem of, like, the police do this a lot, and these fascists work a lot with the police. They'll use a lot of their tactics anyway, and they will anyway, because the police's tactics is based off of the colonial garrison. And if you know anything about fascism, a lot of its shit comes from colonialism, so they would use these colonial garrison tactics where they will... because the colonial garrison did this too, where they get people to basically pretend to be lumpen, and then they use these pretend lumpen people as informants. Because everyone goes on about the people they buy off, and that does happen. Trust me, they buy off plenty of lumpen people. I mean, like what happened in the Matrix with the geezer, where he sells the people out to get back in the Matrix. It's kind of what it's like, And the most lumpen that do get fucking messed over like that are the ones who did fall from some form of grace. They came from, like, the labor aristocracy or the petty bourgeoisie, and they want to get to that grace again. So they side with the people who could give them that, which would be the fascists. The communists ain't gonna do that for them. So that's when you get those snitches, those rats, those people who will get you out. But they don't even need that. When you're going around areas that have recently had murders go down in them, and the people want to keep control of the situation, and they're working with the police, security cameras and police officers seeing you enough and hearing you ask these questions, that is enough to get a target on your back. And that's what happened to those blessed comrades that we'll all be talking about on June the 8th. The Trotskyist group I mentioned is the Libria Consolidation Party. The reason why this is important is because it should be known that the Libria Consolidation Party is allegedly engaging in some nefarious shadow war against the National Socialist Americanist Party. With any luck, the Libria Consolidation Party and the National Socialist Americanist Party will kill each other instead of us. Let me know. Let me show you the two threatening notes that the Libria Consolidation Party had sent to Donna Newman, the emissary of the Bundist movement. The claims that are made in the modern incarnation of Bundism is a threat to real socialists. This is what these bastards from the Libria Consolidation Party are saying. You have no right to speak so openly in downtown Phoenix as you do. It is one thing to use the legacy of the Black Panthers to promote Marxism. It is another to use the legacy to support black identity politics and partner this with the Jewish identity politics. These fucking racist bastards. The Black Panthers Party are largely overrated. What? Do you mean largely overrated, you scummy petty bourgeois slime? It's fucking... Oi. They promoted Mao, and surely you know that Mao is a continuation from Stalin. What's the problem with that? The Bundists aren't against Stalin. Shut the fuck up. Knowing all this, how can you not see that only workers are proletarian? From only that them can come revolution. Your silly attempts at minority united fronts to further revolution is a serious deviation. These fronts are being formed in the lumpen proletariat. You know, that sector of the proletariat that's lumpenized. I'm reading a statement that was sent to Donna Newman by the Libya Consolidation Party, like I just said. No, no, I'm reading stuff from the Libya Consolidation Party, what they sent to Donna Newman. These fake communist parties are something else. Trust me, man. Trust me. The Trotskyist party, what they are, they're real Trotskyist parties. People stop calling Trotskyists communists. Stop calling Khrushchevites communists. Stop calling Dengists communists. Do you know what they are? They're neo-feudalists. That's what they are. Engels called this out time ago. Time ago. They're neo-feudalists. Sorry if I'm yelling. I've got autism. I can't control my tone of voice. I don't mean to be yelling at you. It's like I'm not trying to condemn you as being bad peoples for saying it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, stop calling Trotskyists and all them. Like, I know you call them a fake communist, so you're not really calling them a communist, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they need to be called neo-feudalists directly. That's what they are. They're Engels called this time ago. They're neo-feudalists. Which puts them in the same ballpark as fascists. Fascists come from neo-feudalism in the context of capitalism. They're neo-feudalism in the context of socialism in a lot of cases. Or in the case of Trotskyism, in its most successful forms, the Soviet Union, China, and Trotsky's original plan and attempts with the Soviet Union. Trotsky wanted to stop the socialist development. The Soviet Union did all it can to restore capitalism, and the Dengist China restored capitalism even quicker than the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union, though, because of how developed socialism was, they had a period where they had a different form of neo-feudalism that was more akin to feudalism in a sense. It was more lord and serfdom in the way that it's like the working class and the political, intellectual clique that have formed to basically become the petty bourgeois class in the influence and relationship that was going on in that struggle. Class war had it reignited, and the petty bourgeois aristocrats that had taken over the system had turned around and formulated class collaborationism in the system to mitigate that class warfare. Um, Knowing all this, how can you? Oh wait, sorry. You're silly. Oh, I read that. Is a serious further revolution, serious deviation. Siding with minority groups is the absolutely only thing you could do as a white person in the first world. How else are you gonna learn and commit to the revolution? You don't know shit like they do. This is the problem with these dickheads, man. They're all on their own fucking pipe. They're all on their own fucking barge pole shoved right up their ass, straight out their mouth. Fucking pretentious fucking Trotskyite bastards. The Trotskyists, these bastards continue to say, quote, Donna, we wish to make it known that we are aware that you and your co-conspirator, Comrade Net, get your toxic venom from Abraham Weisfeld. Weisfeld is a discredited individual. The comparisons that the Bundist movement makes between America uh, uh, and Israel is disgusting. Israel is literally based off of America, though. The British just did the same thing again, but they fucked up again with it because, as always happens with these things, they always try and go individual against Britain. The same thing happened with South Africa. They tried to do the same thing with South Africa that they did starting up Britain, and it formed an apartheid state that they had to do. They had to keep trying to make concessions to keep them in the empire, and they sold Israel. Well, before Israel even formed, they sold Israel off to America in 1945 um, as a way to pay off the reconstruction projects of Britain, because Britain tried to keep itself as disconnected from the um, what's it thing that America did after World War II, where they were paying all that money. So they sold a lot of their empire to America instead. Um, uh, the comparisons that both. Oh wait, sorry. Zionism is rooted in Judaism. No, it is not. Zionism comes from a fucking atheist. Um, and it's more like Protestantism than Judaism. Shut the fuck up, you Trotskyist slime, man. Fuck. Reading this thing really pisses me off. Um, every time I come to read what these fucking trots have to say about our comrades, it's just the racism, the ignorance is disgusting. Everything that the Jewish boon stands for is a cold, apathetic Jewishness. To even act like Jewishness can compare to Palestinian plight is disgusting. What do you mean? The Jews have been oppressed for centuries, millennia, actually. Um, Weisfeld only does the things he does to make Jewishness look good, but you and Donna are much worse because without your propaganda, he would not have received the undesired attention that he has gotten. Hopefully no one. See what I mean? These people are so afraid of the rise of Jewish people, and these people are doing what Trotskyists have always done to Dr. Weisfeld. Dr. Weisfeld has always tried to give respect to Trotskyists, and you know what Trotskyists have always done back to Dr. Weisfeld? Rubbed him into the dirt. They got no respect for Dr. Weisfeld, and they never have. Anything that they've ever shown to him was plastic, paper respect that was shown there so they can try and manipulate his positions and minimize his Jewishness. And because he would not minimize his Jewishness and he would stand by his culture and stand by his people, stand by his Palestinian history as well. That is what is given. That is what has given the Trotskyists all the fright that has pushed them to minimize and diminish our great comrade Dr. Weisfeld and put him in the rut that he's in now, where he's this hold up academic that's not been able to engage with good revolutionaries for ages because everyone's been isolating him and no one's been engaging with them. It's depressing. People like Weisfeld, people like Jason Unruh, they speak so much truth and no one wants to give them the credit. And Dr. Weisfeld, he's been in so much struggle. People don't get it. They really, really don't get it. Sorry. There we go. I got the thing back up. Abraham was. Oh wait, sorry, I already passed that bit. Hopefully no one will have to hear your silly voice on YouTube. It is bad enough that we have to put up with next slick attitude. We will not kindly ask that you remove both of your videos. And Donna Newman has always had really bad anxiety with her voice as well. That's disgusting behavior. And a thing that comes from anti-Semitism towards New Jersey Jewish people, for them having a specific sounding accent. They always get attacked for it because they have a New Jersey Jewish accent. It's disgusting. Every chance people can take to be anti-Semitic, they fucking do. It makes you feel sick. We not only would kindly ask that you both remove both of your videos that endorse the Mechika movement. Mechika movement. We would fuck you, man. All power to the Mechika movement. How fucking dare you try and get comrades to diminish or disrespect the Mechika movement, you Trotskyist scumbags. We would ask you to delete your channel, your blog, and your website. Bolshevik Leninism. Fuck off. Can liberate those born to Jewish family. What, like the Bolshevik Leninists went around destroying synagogues in the revolution, in the Civil War? Shut the fuck up, you Trotskyist scumbags. You are anti-Semites. Trotsky was an anti-Semite, and everything that's come from Trotsky is anti-Semitic. You fascist scumbags. Neo-feudalist scum. The Bundist movement stands in the way of that. The Bundist movement stands for the Jewish people, you scum. It's very transparent that you have malignant intent. Otherwise, you would not publicly read the JPLO principles to young minds. You will not be getting a further warning. Donna, put an end to the Bundist movement or you will no longer be alive. That's the threat that they gave to Donna Newman. You understand the stress that, like, it put Donna Newman in the situation she is, comrades. Like, and no one who was, like, I'm on about the people who aren't in Arizona, the people who are outside of Arizona. Arizona has been screaming for pleas. They've been making YouTube videos for ages. Jason has been trying to get this struggle out as well. Where's the rest of yous? Where's the support? Where's the solidarity? Where's the love? Where's the respect? Where's the coming out to Jason, coming out to Net, coming out to the channels set up by Net, Donna, Abraham, and all our other comrades, and showing solidarity, speaking to us, getting it out there, helping out, because it helps influence the gathering of more resources. It helps give people that necessary streamlining in the sense that they can mentally focus more, because they get, you know, the feeling of having the feeling of that things are actually being done now gives people this sense of perseverance, that people are actually showing solidarity, people are actually caring, and so it's easier for them. It streamlines their capacity to actually commit to this, figuring out what's going on. You know, the survivors in this struggle, the people down there on the streets, the people who are fallen aristocrats who have fucked up. They fucked up and they betrayed the struggle, and they need to do what they can to save the struggle. My brothers, and especially the one sister, but my sisters as well in general, know who they are when I'm talking about that, and I got reciprocity for what they've been through, as much as I hate what they've done, and I say no more there, but I will put this on the general again, just to take away from the specific. We need brothers and sisters who are not in Arizona to show respect and solidarity to Arizona, just like we need brothers and sisters who are not in Palestine to show respect and solidarity to Palestine. This is all the same fucking business. It's not the same fucking conditions. It's not the same, you know, structure or relation or what, you know, what I'm saying, but it's still struggle. Struggle needs to be brought forward. If no one shows solidarity to the struggle will be oppressed, distorted, and taken apart. Show your respect and solidarity to my brothers and sisters in struggle. Stop being fucking cowards. Stop betraying us. Stop giving credence to first world labor aristocrats who sabotage us all. This is a threat on Donna Newman's life, a Jewish communist. Sorry, Jewish, well, she was a Marxist-Leninist Bundist, so she's technically a communist, but a Bundist, sorry, my bad. A Jewish Bundist. Bundism is centered around Judaism. It's anti-Semitic to turn around and deny them their right to support their socialist movement as a Jewish people. They're a diaspora nation, well, several nations actually to be specific, but they interact and intersect as like a mixed religious nation of sorts, not in the sense of what Israel's on about. So I mean, Israel's made this really difficult. I'm not saying as in nationality and religion are tied. It's more so that, like, there's a religiosity culture that entwines them. So even though there's the separate national groups, they're like intersectory national groups that all have a common relation to each other, and it's complicated. There's hours of things to talk about to get into that, so I won't get into that right now. But just note that because of this intersecting nature to the Jewish nation, as a diasporal nation, I mean, not the nationalities themselves, the ethnicities. Oh, that's the thing as well, is I'm speaking nationality, not ethnicity. That's where it gets complicated and I'm confusing myself. So the intersecting nature of the multi-nations of Judaism that form the Jewish nation, or multi-ethnicities of Judaism that form the Jewish nation, however you want to construct that position, they have a common relationship with each other, and that's why atheist Jews are protected just as much as religious Jews by the struggle. Just a fine point to keep on, for those looking to understand the respects of the situation, and I'm not the be all end all of it. I'm likely getting things wrong, so always remember that what I say is whatever a Jewish comrade says in relation to something I have said. What the Jewish comrade said takes precedent. They are the authority on the situation, not me. Now, it might not always be true because what I say comes from Jewish comrades. So always be wary, and you should not do one-for-one things where you go one-to-one-to-one-to-one. It's always like what cancels out the equative opposites, because equation of opposites is Hegelianism. We use unity of opposites, so you look to a wider picture and you speak to multiple Jewish comrades and you learn as you go by. That's how I have learned and got into these positions and gone forward. But we gotta keep to the respect of this, you know. It's our black and Mexican comrades that were lost on this day, but this always will link back to our lost comrades from 27th of May, and the dedication that those African and Mexican comrades showed to our lost Bundist comrades. Absolute God bless and rest in power in the fields of Elysia to all of these fallen martyrs. Oh shit, I closed the wrong thing. What the? Oh wait, recently closed tabs. I was having a moment then. There we go. I lost the thing. I got it back up now. These threats had the Bundist movement worried that they would be attacked by the Libya Consolidation Party. The Bundist movement was also concerned that Zionists and neo-Nazis would attack them as well. But they were expecting the Libya Consolidation Party to murder them. Sorel Larsen is a member of the Libya Consolidation Party, and he had made recent attempts to break into the headquarters of the Bundist movement. This was back when it was written. Which I think was on. I think I can't. I think it is on the. Yeah, I think this is doing an American thing with the date, so I think it's saying August 2019. So this is right in the brink of it all. I think I might be reading the thing wrong. I can't be asked to scroll up to the top and find out because I'll lose my position, and I've already been a mess enough as it is. The Bundist movement was also concerned. Oh wait, sorry, I've lost my position. The ironic thing is that when Sorel tried to break into the Bundist headquarters, he shot Jared 88 showed up in an attempt to kill him. Oh, that's a fucking ironic situation there. One fascist than another, fucking A. Donna Newman, we know who you are. We know what you're planning to do. We cannot allow you to go ahead with your plans. We have heard your speeches on permanent revolution, and they are reactionary. You are a reactionary, and we will stop the masses from discovering the true. We will, and you will not stop the masses from discovering the true Bolshevik Leninism. You are a hateful person. We hold you in contempt for the crime of worshipping Jewish tribal identity. Your support for the Mechiko movement makes sense given your tribal agenda. The Jewish religion comes from a tribal position. Actually, so does the rest of the Abrahamic religions, you fucking savage. This is the thing. Fucking middle-class white first worlders, they're always the ones who are the most savage, most savage of people on the globe. Like, they like to go around and use that as a slur against the oppressed. They'll call third world people savages. They'll call second world people savages. They'll call African people in the first world savages. The fourth world people, you know, the Native Americans. Oh, sorry, the natives of Turtle Island, I should really say, and the natives of... does anyone know what the Native American name was South America was, or was it interlocked with that name for Turtle Island? Because I don't know the name. I swear I was told it before, but it loses the sight of me. But whatever the Native American name is for South America, I'd rather start using that, because I'm sick of... I feel like I'm insulting these people all the time when I constantly use America in a descriptor of them themselves, the oppressed. Like, you know, you're a native to your own land and you get known as a Native American all the time. You're a native to their name of the land, their claim, their organization of it. That's why people don't understand why New America is so fucking insulting. These white people, they really don't understand why it's so insulting. Well, that's fucking why. It literally turning around and making the European claim to native Turtle Island land, and same with whatever the Southerners, the Southern natives call their land in the south of the supercontinent. These white fucking labor aristocrats, they go out of their way to do all they can to destroy the movement of the oppressed. They are absolute savages. That's why they go around projecting it to everyone else. You know, I mean, look at it like this, for example, as well. Like, this mirrors as well the colonialism works. Colonialism. Look at the most extreme forms of it, like Israel, for example. You know, if aristocratic positions, so like the petty bourgeoisie and the labor aristocracy and their formulations come from imperialism and its oppression and colonialism. Think about I'm sure we've all seen the videos here when you hear, like, when Abby Martin's speaking with Israelis who are like, you know, middle class Israelis and all that, and they're turning around and they're chanting on the massacre of Palestinian people, and they're speaking in the most vulgar of mannerisms about these people, and you know, they're reveling in the capacity of them to be killed. Many of them even touting how much they'd like to go join the military and kill them themselves, calling them savages. When, as any of us who are great Marxists know, when we look at that relationship, it's actually that aristocracy, just as I described them, whom are behaving like savages, whom treat the Palestinian people like fucking savages all the time. Massacre upon massacre, genocide upon genocide. How many tower blocks full of innocent people do they have to knock down before you realize that they don't care for the freedom or innocence of anyone in Palestine, whether they shoot a rocket or not? And the rockets come after they're attacked, not before, you stupid twats. And actually, technically, every attack, as far as I'm concerned, I say technically, it is just the case. Every attack that the Palestinians do is not aggression. Aggression comes from an oppressive, active means. It's to actually agitate the contradictions, to be the oppressive unit in the relationship. What the Palestinians are doing is defense, not aggress. They're not aggressing the situation. They're defending themselves. Any attack that they do against the Israeli people is an attack of defense, a defense of their land, for their freedom. Any condemnation of that is wrong on things, but this is the same shit that these guys are doing in a different framework. These labor aristocrat white folk in apartheid America. In America, just like South Africa, just like Israel, there's still apartheid systems. It doesn't matter what laws they've changed, and Israel still has a lot of their laws in place, so that you know. And Israel is 2 stages of apartheid. So when I say the laws in place, I'm on about the apartheid they have in what is like actually classified as Israel. But they also have an apartheid system of how they treat Gaza and the occupation of that. I mean, because all of Palestine is occupied. I mean, the regions that they're not in, it's still occupied. It's surrounded. It's cut off. It's abused. It's bombed. That's what an occupation is. You know, we didn't turn around and go, oh, well, some of Iraq's occupied when the war was going on. No, it was being occupied by the US when they were fighting it, and they were taking territories as they could. As far as Israel is concerned, all of Palestine is its playground. And we got to look at the relationship of that struggle like that. Well, we got to look at this relationship with these people. Why are they telling the Bundists to step aside? Why are they telling the Machika movement to step aside? Why are they attacking the Black Panther movement? Because they want to co-opt and manipulate and organize these struggles. They want to class collaborate, or even worse, they might actually want to get these struggles vulnerable enough that they could kill them. You gotta remember that Trotskyists are always known for working with fascists. There's got to be a fascist group somewhere those Trotskyists are working with. That's my position in this. With the positions that these Trotskyists have pushed, find the Libya Consolidation Party on Facebook and look at the shit they push, man. That's where you'll be shocked. That's where you'll be shocked. Don't let Comrade Net put out any more videos glorifying the Machika movement. I'm going to tell Comrade Net explicitly to put more videos glorifying the Machika movement when he makes his return. Just for you, baby. Just for you. No, there's not enough being said about the Machika movement. I haven't done a video on the Machika movement myself yet, and it's something that I need to do. As this is harmful to true revolutionaries. The Machika movement was full of true revolutionaries, you cheeky cunts. And the very concept that you would understand permanent revolution better than we do is insulting and slanderous to any smart socialist who understands the real struggle, which is never Jewish. Fuck you. Fuck you. He's saying that like the smart comrades are never Jewish comrades. And that the struggle doesn't come from Jewish comrades, which is ridiculous. I've learnt so much from Jewish comrades and engaging with them. This is fucking ridiculous bullshit. Lenin descended from Jewry. Is he going to turn around and say that Lenin's work doesn't have any content because he's Jewish? Actually, they might do, to be fair. And permanent revolution, you know where permanent revolution comes from? It comes from Marx, and what Marx was defining was socialism. And what Marx was defining socialism as was as a permanent revolution in the sense that you are having a consistent revolutionary change and process in society. The revolution of socialism doesn't end until higher stage communism. Lenin basically helped define this because Marx doesn't go into deep enough detail or specific enough detail either. But Lenin defines this, and that's where you get the lower stage and higher stage of communism. The lower stage of communism is a stage of permanent revolution, but not Trotsky's let's go for another world war just after we've signed a peace deal to stop the other one, and after he tried to continue it onwards anyway before they got to sign it, because Trotsky was trying all he could to refuse to stop World War One. This is the petty bourgeoisie in action, baby. Even when they do stupid shit that would destroy their own movement, as it was for as it destroyed both the legitimacy of the Tsar and the fucking bourgeois democratic government. Trotsky wanted to go and just repeat the same business. It's this is what I mean when people look at fascists and it's like, oh yeah, well what they want to do will end up destroying them. That doesn't stop them from doing what they're gonna do. That ain't gonna fucking that ain't gonna make them fucking that ain't gonna make them unsuccessful, at what they're gonna do, or somehow less of a threat. It just means that they're a threat that's self-destructive. People are too black and white about things. They think if someone's self-destructive, then that means they're idiotic, and that means they're not a threat. Or come to a lot of things where they pull naivety on people who play nice guy, white guy. You know what I'm saying? You have publicly said that when Trotsky sat with the Bund, it was opportunism. It was opportunism. He did it with loads of groups. It wasn't just the Bund he fucked over. And Trotsky was anti-Semitic towards the Jewish people during the Civil War. Yet surely you know that any and all intrigues that Bundists have had with Bolshevik Leninists were also opportunistic. sure, fine. I don't think Bundes should have engaged. Like, by intrigues, does he mean like engagements or like what we're questioning about them? Because if he's on about like peaceful engagements, yeah, peaceful engagements with Trotskyists would be opportunistic. You are a hypocrite, and you should be advised to know that if you do not remove the videos endorsing the Machiko movement, you will be killed. You also should be advised to know that we will kill you if you further exploit our secret meetings. Think of this over, Donna. I'm reading you literal death threats from these Trotskyists right here. This is a literal death threat that they've read here. That they've said here. And this is there's two separate death threats that I've read. Two separate notes. Threatening this Jewish woman, attacking her on her Jewish culture, and attacking her on her revolutionary fervor for the people. And these are supposed to be communists, guys. Fucking wave your red flags. Not the fucking communist one. The one that says, oh, this is dodgy. We have confirmed that the Libya Consolidation Party has been the ones who sent the two above threatening notes to Donna Newman. Threatening her fucking life. The Libya Consolidation Party never sent threatening notes to the Lenin Mao Communist Union, but Sorrel Larson has attempted 4 physical altercations with myself. Each one of my altercations with Sorrel Larson have been over the same thing. On April the 18th, 2017, Sorrel Larson broke my phone when I tried to photograph him beating up an old Muslim lady. On May the 6th, 2019, I was attempting to videotape Sorrel Larson as he was harassing me for challenging him politically. He pulled out. I only pulled out my phone when he started to insult me and attack my Muslim faith. And oddly enough, he attacked the Jewish faith as well in the same moment. I needed to videotape this, but as soon as I pulled my phone out, he grabbed it and broke it to pieces. I could not recover the memory card, but I tried. On October 25th, 2018, Sorrel Larson held a protest outside a Byzantine Catholic church building. He was leading the protest, and he was yelling at a small child that could not have been older than 6 years old. I pulled out my phone. He realized I was videotaping. Particularly, he ran at me. I tried to run away, and he tackled me to the ground and broke my phone to pieces. On January 11th, 2019. Man, them, like, it's hard enough having to get new phones. To be fair, I think Pockerel was an aristocrat, but fuck me, like, you know, what's it? I guess like getting second-hand phones will do and all that, but fucking, I'm just too used to, what's it? I've got a smartphone again now. I don't know where the fuck it is. Oh, it's on my computer. But I was running with a brick phone again for a long time. I'm more used to running with brick phones than I am with smartphones. So what's it? Can't videotape with them and they don't get smashed to pieces. But smartphones, like, they're expensive things. So I'm like, how do these aristocrats afford to get them all the time when they get broken? Is it like insurance or some shit? I don't fucking know, man. On January 11th, 2019, oh well, they are quite a while away between each other, so of course someone would have got a phone by then anyway, so it's not illogical. I'm just pathologizing this, because I always like to pathologize. It don't only, it's not, it basically helps keep the context flowing, and that keeps people engaging with these things, because I've read through all of Pockerel's blogs before. All of this stuff's not new to me. This is old information. I would advise people go back at some point and watch my Pockerel streams. Arizona is the Twilight Zone of America, and testimonies from Comrades of the Streets of Arizona. I don't think that's talking about Pockerel's blogs, but it's talking about stuff related to it, talking about testimonies from the surviving Bundist cadres, and I touch into other stuff there, but it's Arizona's struggle. Really important we get into all these bits and pieces, the nitty gritty. And he was yelling at a small child. Oh, sorry, I've already read that bit. On January 11th, 2019, I went to the mosque, as I attempt to do every Friday. On my way to the mosque, I find, guess who? I like they put it in like the when you put one mark instead of quotations. Guess who? As a way of like doing sarcasm. That's neat. That is. I might take that. I might take that methodology of writing because it might help me. I mean, I already am tonally bland when it comes to sarcasm in real life, and I have to tell everyone. So I mean, like writing, you can't really. It doesn't really show. So nice to have something to specify. Wish you could do that in real life, but going like that when you're doing sarcasm seems a bit weird. Works when you're being sarcastic and you're quoting people because you're like a quote unquote rah rah. But you know what I'm saying? Fucking mumbly noises. And guess who beating up a Muslim teen? I asked, quote, what is this about, end quote, as I am video recording Sorrel Larson. He leaps and smashes my phone and throws it to pieces in the sewer. Storm drain near us. Even after this, I tried to get between the Trotskyite filth and the young man. This ended up with me getting beat up very badly, and a tall black guy coming to rescue us. And of course, yes, just in this case, you had wondered, the tall black guy is a Muslim. I have to mention, Muslim brothers, solidarity with each other. They stand up. When they see a brother, when they see a man them getting fucking thrown down to the ground, when they see people getting beaten up, and they see the struggle of people, they stand up. They do this shit. I have to mention that the rescue was a tall black Muslim because Sorrel Larson has tried to recruit the same guy at least twice. Several members of Panther Code and an all-black MLM group are bodyguards, and the requirement for these bodyguards is to being tall and being good at hand-to-hand combat. The Libyan Consolidation Party has built a hostility towards Islam and Judaism, and this is why my friend and comrade has refused Sorrel's invitation to join the Trotskyite folk group. Now I have to explain the Libyan Consolidation Party's hostilities. Let me get to the relevant topic. Let me just turn around and say this. What they're getting into here, so the Panther Code, my blessed MLM cadres, they're MLM, they're Antifa, they're black, they're as far as I'm concerned, and I don't care if they disagree with me, to be honest. I mean, if they correct me, I will, like, with, you know, actual, like, correction, like, proof the point, I mean, I'll change my position, but I call them black bloc. I see all Maoists, anarchists are on the street in the struggle. You're my black bloc brothers. You're out there in the struggle. Yeah, they almost remind me of the old oh, what's their name? I always get a mix up. It's the thingy of Islam. I can't remember the fucking first name for it. Oh, like the old Nation of Islam. Like that's what Panther Code seem to represent a lot with their bodyguard tendencies and stuff like that. Like they're filling up for how back when Nation of Islam was more revolutionary. I mean, they always had some troubles, but back when they were more revolutionary. They always defended revolutionary comrades, and even into the reactionary period, they did it too still, because, I mean, the leadership went reactionary before the rest of the cadres. They protected, especially Panther comrades, but they protected our black comrades out there in the struggle. And, Panther Code sort of brings that light back into the struggle. They represent that what the Nation of Islam no longer does as much anymore. I mean, they still do a lot of work, food soup kitchen rise and stuff like that. But their leadership, I don't know whether it's changed now, but back in the as far as I'm aware, it's been taken over by the CIA or FBI. I can't remember which group. I think it's the FBI. And so Panther Code represent the rise and the struggle of the return return of the Black Panthers, and this return of the Black Panthers will spread and will be all over the place. Like I was saying about Caleb earlier, like Caleb really needs to realize that the movement moving forward, it's going to be led by black people. It's going to be led by native people. It's going to be led by the oppressed groups. Damn you be fearing of the Machika movement and of the Panther movement and its struggle, because they fear that they are their fear comes from the fact that they know that the Panthers are correct. They can't push their lies if the Panthers stand tall again and get the traction they need and start pushing themselves in the world, because the people who are true to revolutionary struggle will go for the Panthers and their truth over any of this bullshit being pushed by these white fascist orgs that call themselves communists, these red-brown racists. Yeah. The National Social Americanist Party is a hidden organization, not a registered political party. Let me explain how I know this. The National Socialist Americanist Party controls the National Socialist Revolutionary Guard. It is indeed an inside source that has leaked to me this insight. Prior to this, I considered this to be a mere rumor, but this is no rumor. The hyper-fanatical fractional cell of the National Socialist Movement, known as the National Socialist Revolutionary Guard, is the proxy of the National Social Americanist Party. I suspect that all the members of the National Socialist Americanist Party are also CIA agents. The National Socialist Revolutionary Guard is a super fanatical cell within the National Socialist Movement. Jared 88 is the leader of the National Socialist Revolutionary Guard. Many of the people of the Phoenix departments and Glendale departments of the police are also members of the National Socialist Revolutionary Guard. Jared 88 and his girlfriend Bunny Lestung are both notorious to Phoenix, Arizona, because of the information given to me by a credible source. A report that Bunny Lestung is definitely dead. Absolutely, there we go. There's the confirmation from what the other comrade was saying. From his successful murdering of those two comrades, it's confirmed. They weren't just shot; they were shot dead. That is a beautiful victory for the comrades on the streets. They at least got revenge against two of the against Bunny Lestung and I can't remember the other name, sorry, but they got their revenge against those two. It's just the rest of them that need to pay their fucking dues now, baby. Because of the information given to me by credible... the National Socialist Revolutionary Guard had sent 3 notes to the embassy of the Bundesmovement of Donna Newman. This is the first one. Oh yeah, this is the first note then, out of the other 2 that I read earlier. So, quote, remove the videos, Liberation Struggle Parts 1 and 2 immediately. If you do not comply, you will be executed for the crimes against the Aryan race. Oh wait, no, this is from the National Socialist Movement. I'm getting confused, the other notes, sorry. It's everyone sending notes. This is from the National Socialist Americanist Party. From the Nazis. Sorry for getting the confusion, people. Remove the videos. If you do not comply, you will be executed for the crimes against the Aryan race. The National Socialist Revolution will not tolerate Jews claiming to be pro-Palestinian, nor Spics attempting to claim a Native American heritage. Be warned that this boycott Arizona campaign organized by the Spics will result in failure, just as it had before. Stop putting out videos of that fake Jew in Palestine. That one about Dr. Weisfeld and his revolutionary activities in Palestine. This will not fool anyone. White revolution is coming. Is it? I don't see it. I don't see it at the moment. Anyone else see it? I see white fascism coming. I see white counter-revolution coming. That shit's coming in droves, isn't it? You know. And there's nothing you can do to stop the wall. We know every one of you by name. We know where each of you live. Stop treading on America. Stop promoting multicultural attacks on white America. Your attack on Americanism by pledging loyalty to Indians and Spicks shows that how disloyal you Jews truly are. Love it or leave it, Jewish scum. End quote. That's the fascists speaking. That's their note that they left to the Bundes movement. Anti-Semitism straight up. I mean, they end it straight and true. They call them Jewish scum. They turn around to them and they treat them as like intolerable, inhuman peeps. But then they also turn around and go, we will not, they won't tolerate them trying to change. They won't tolerate them supporting Palestine, and they don't tolerate them as human beings. And then they turn around and like have the cheek to be like, oh, and you Jews, you don't even have honor for yourselves. Fuck off. Fascist scum, man. This is the anti-Semitism towards Jews. It's never gone away, and it is just expanding and increased, and it reaches the Arab communities as well with the anti-Semitism towards Arabs. It expands outwards. These people get squashed, they get crushed by it. This is struggles turning around to them and saying that they will execute this person if they don't stop speaking out about their struggles as a Jewish person, and that's only one note. There's more notes to come. Donna Newman did not remove Liberation Struggles Parts 1 and 2 from the Bundes Movement YouTube channel, but YouTube itself removed them for after false claims of copyright violation. These violations later were uploaded on these two videos were uploaded on the channel of Dr. Weisfeld, the chairman of the Bundes Movement. God bless you, Dr. Weisfeld. The toxic nature of you. So this is another note that these Nazis sent to the Jewish Bundes Movement in Arizona. I quote, "The toxic nature of you Jewish Bolsheviks is directly harming America and its European features. We have taken notice of you. No one is going to help you. We stand in solidarity with our police." Oh, that's some of the most whitest shit these people could say. So consider that the tide has turned and you will not prevail with your culture destroying agenda. They're trying to protect culture from you genocidal fascists, you cheeky bastards. Give up and we may decide to let you live. Ooh, that's very fucking demanding. I believe that any fascist who's gone this fucking far, there's only one answer to solve you. There's only one solution, and that involves a brick wall and a bullet. You disgusting human being. I got no peace for fascists. No peace for them. No peace. You need to remove both your videos titled Liberation Struggle from YouTube channel. The Bundes hoax must stop. It's not a hoax, it's an upheaval, it's a rise of the Jewish people for their struggles, and you're terrified by it. I moved my desk around 2 days ago and I couldn't find me, I had my fag in my mouth backwards. I couldn't find my comb, so I'm just going about it on the free base. The only way to ensure that diverse peoples remain diverse is total separation from the end of the international Jew. There we go. Once again, the conspiracies. Everyone fucking take a shot. A Nazi has turned around and blame the Jews for the problems of the world again. Take your shots. Fucking hell, man. White genocide. I went past that. You have been warned. You support all of those who support white genocide. There's no such thing as white genocide. White genocide is a fucking myth. Fuck off. There's no such thing as great replacement theory, all that bullshit. Fuck off. White people are some of the most frail people ever. Black people ask for their rights, and everyone's like, "Oh no, white genocide!" Like, disgusting. That is why you must end Perhaps you do not fear death, so let it be said, you must end this hoax immediately, or you will not be known, and you will not even have a funeral. Look at these threats, man. And this is going from the same people that managed to fucking massacre the synagogue and have the police cover the motherfucking thing up. They aren't speaking lightly here. They're saying shit that they can do. We gotta make sure and we remember these people are tied to Jared 88 and these people are tied to the Glendale Police Department. This is the source to this all. So this core part of the way this is being stated here that can't be missed is that these Nazis that are threatening to wipe these people away and they'll never even have a funeral, that's a threat that's not just a threat, that's a promise. Sorry, I need a drink. The ridiculous outcry of quote white genocide end quote is made and truthfully in Arizona. Many times deaths go unnoticed. Such deaths are rarely white. Arizona is known for not putting obituaries in the newspaper, as I understand it. These threats had been taken rather seriously. These threats caused real massive trauma on Bundes and stressed them the fuck out. Especially as well when you had the massacre at the synagogues come to fruition as well. This just made these threats real. The threat is real. Stop spewing your... this is another piece from these anti-Semitic National Socialist Americanist Party. I quote... Spewing your Jewish propaganda. Stop trying to fight against the great National Socialist Revolution, more like counter-revolution. Jewish Bolsheviks like yourself hold no clout and have no place to stop the glory of the glory. Sorry, this is a serious threat and it is making serious threats, but it's hard not to laugh at the glory of the Aryan ethno-cultural liberation. Liberation from what? Ourselves? We're the ones in power. No one cares about the counterpoints you have pushed against us. The entire world is well aware that the Jewish Bolsheviks are the true power behind Zionism. What the fuck? No, they're not. The Jews are not fucking... The Jewish communists and socialists are not behind Zionism, you fucking decrepit moron. Everyone knows that the anti-Zionist Jews control the Zionists. Wait, what? Wouldn't you say that the Zionists control the anti-Zionist Jews, not the other way around? Like, now they're making a conspiracy out of a conspiracy. So they're trying to say that the anti-Zionist Jews are like the big conspiracy that controls the Zionist Jews. That's the big conspiracy that controls America. That then has the Jews in America be the big conspiracy that controls the banking and all this other stuff. They're basically making a spiderweb conspiracy, an interwoven conspiracy, which is a common thing a lot of cult groups do. To basically make something that creates this like, this almost need for this, what's the word? It's like Protestantism in a way, like that weird worship culture that they promote. That shit. You know what I'm on about? Fetishism is the word that's used for it. I know that's a bit of a kinky word these days, but fetishes is what I'm getting at in regards to this, for those that might be a bit confused. I'm not on about So here's the thing, like when they're doing that thing in the CPI thing, when they're acting like church and they're all reading off all the stuff, that is taking some lines from actual going into church. But the main thing it's taken from is it's doing what it can. It's doing what it can to fetishize the to fetishize things like racism, sexism, homophobia, and other stuff like that, in a way that allows the persistence of reactionary tendencies towards these views. They create a it's not about adhering to it or adoring it. It's about making it a polemic that is abused and used in any by any means that can by any means that can promote the political aspirations of these folks. Sorry, I'm a bit convoluted here with this conspiracy shit, but I've not managed to watch it all yet, I don't think. I've watched a bit of it, but Sophie Mars, I mean, there's going to be stuff to criticize in it. Always watch those fuckers with the critical eye, because I got respect for anyone that's speaking up about anything, like, and Sophie Mars has made good content, so I will say, go watch what they've said on conspiracy theory amongst the left. It's important to look at that shit. But obviously, always have a critical eye on. But I'm not trying to show disrespect to Sophie Mars either in their positions when I say that they could be wrong on stuff. Like all in reciprocity, fair criticism. Because I might not agree with your politics, and you might be a bit socialist light in some areas. In my opinion, although I might be wrong, my view is limited on you, and I mean no disrespect. I still understand that you are someone who seems to be like interested in socialism and you make decent content, so I'm not gonna disrespect you and just savage you under the bus. Like, not my place to do that. When I learn more about you, I'll say more about you. Same with any of these other people. I'm not like Caleb Moppin where I'm just gonna spew shit off the handle. It's ridiculous when people behave like that. They make us all look like dickheads. But Zionists so they say this. Everyone knows that the Jews, the only, the anti-Zionist Jews control the Zionists, which is an that's double think. Like, that doesn't make sense. And that there is no such thing as a real anti-Zionist Judaism. Yeah, there is. Motherfucking Dr. Weiswell, motherfucking Comrade Net, motherfucking Donna Newman, the motherfucking martyrs, the your motherfucking fascists, Jared 88. Them motherfuckers, they massacred you, cheeky, disrespectful, waste of fucking space. Absolute piece of shit. We know you think your day has come and you claim to denounce your Zionist brothers, but the global Rothschild conspiracy has been exposed. Shut up. You must stop this charade. The Bundist hoax, and the Bundist hoax must end, or there will be consequences. Don't bother trying to seek help. You will not come. You hold no power. Give up or else. Sorry, I'm just having to type the message. No, don't bother trying to seek help. It will not come to you. You hold no power. Give up or else. More threats at these people's life. These are fascists threatening their life. And then what happened? We got massacre. We got motherfucking massacre. The typical claim that every organization of Jews is part of the Rothschild conspiracy have been thrown at them, even though Donna Newman is known in many socialist circles for railing against the entire Rothschild family. What is most upsetting is that the Jewish Defense League are Zionists. Actually, the Jewish Defense League Zionists are actually in alliance with the neo-Nazis that wrote these notes. See, they're in the back with the fucking Zionists. That's, you see what I'm getting at with all this? When you look at all this process of all this shit, it all unfolds. Like I mentioned earlier at the start, the JDL works with Nazi groups. At least I think I mentioned it at the start. I can't remember properly. I did mention the JDL though, so I'm pretty sure I'd have brought that up. Either way, they work with neo-Nazis directly. Yeah, because I remember mentioning that they're one of the most organized fascist groups in America. The Bundes movement, in full Jewish Bundes diaspora movements, suffered a great loss on May 27th, 2019, when Jared 88 had murdered several people at a synagogue, including the 5 council members of the Bundes movement, with the aid of the Phoenix police. Please remember, all events I am going to refer to have nothing to do with the Libya Consolidation Party. I need to also make it clear that I do not know the real names of Jared 88 or Bunny Lestung, and I am rather sure that these are not their real names. This is the other events of the well, the reason why it's 88, 8 is the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Yeah, H is the 8th letter in the alphabet, so it's for Heil Hitler. That's what HH means, the 88. So when you see Jared 88 and he's called himself that, it sounds like a gamer name. Like, he sounds like a really edgy gamer. But no, he's an actual Nazi. That's him saying Heil Hitler, but in a dog whistle format. So always be wary of people that, like, go out of their way to say 88 next to their name and they're not born in 88. Because they for all you know, they could be referencing the year. I doubt it. They're likely referencing Adolf Hitler, especially if they're pushing rightist shit. And I'm not just on about right-wingers that put 88. Look out, be careful as well for people who claim to be lefties too. You'll look both sides of the tree. That 88 is an old dog whistle from way back. It's a throwback thing. I talk about it in my stream when I talk about the testimonies of the Comrades of the Street of Arizona. This is the order of events of the days leading up to May 27th, 2019. For context, I provide the names of the members of the Bundes movement. Abraham Weisfeld, the chairman of the Bundes movement, known by some as AB, and by all of us as Dr. Weisfeld. Donna Newman, the emissary of the Bundes movement, known to write her first name as Donna, with just one N officially, and formally as Donna, with the 2 N's when writing to those she has more informal association with. For this reason, I will only be writing her name with the 1 N. I knew the 5 council members of the Bundes movement rather well. Comrade Net, the cleric of the Bundes movement, known by his friends as Comrade Net, and addressed as Comrade Net. Sorry, I'm basically muting it a bit. Although some of his closest do call him Comrade Net. I know Comrade Net to some extent. I know Comrade Net to some extent, but now it is safe to say I know him very well. The 5 council members of the Bundes movement: Marvin Eliyahu, Uriah Adaya, Hannah Toff, Isaiah, Isaiah Kamatstein and Miriam Emmersberg. The list of events as best as I can piece together. If I have missed something, I apologize. The apartment of Marvin Eliyahu and Uriah Adaya on May 10th, 2019 was shut up. They had not been home at this time. Every eyewitness I was able to get a hold of had said it was Bunny Leistung who had fired upon their apartment. On the day of May 14th, 2019, Bunny Leistung, accompanied with 4 other people, flung a brick into one of the office windows of the Bundesmovement headquarters. Jared 88 ran his truck into Marvin's truck on May 21st, 2019 at the cross streets of Bell Road and 35th Avenue. A nearby policeman arrested Marvin instead of Jared, and shortly afterwards he was released as he had done nothing wrong. The police themselves confirmed to Marvin that he did nothing wrong. The wedding massacre took place on May 27th, 2019. I will go into that in more detail in the next post. The flag is below is the flag of the Bundesmovement. That's the flag I've got on the screen there. I did have Comrade Net, and it is also in this blog I'm looking at, showed the flag of the National Social American Party. I haven't put it up here because this is a tribute stream, and I don't want that slime on here. But what's it? It's an American flag with 3 stars in it. I think 3 stars. Let me scroll up. Yeah, 3 stars in the left corner. It's like there's 2 stars going up on the angle, and then there's like 1 down there from it as well. But like if you flip around what I'm doing and you're looking at well, it's like someone made out of Fallout or some shit. I don't know. It's got 3 stars on it. It's got 3 little stars. Same stars as, I think the same size stars as the usual stars, but there's just 3 of them instead of 50. Just for the sake of context, I must explain who Adina Belen was. And it has also been leaked to me that Adina Belen was the other person who was shot by our good comrade, Commander Soviet Menace. Adina Belen was the roommate of Miriam Emmersberg. Adina Belen and Miriam Emmersberg started having ideological differences, where Miriam found a picture of Adina and some other people squatting in front of a Kahanist flag in what looked like the campus of Arizona University. Adina swore that she was no longer JDL. Mariam decided to give her the benefit of the doubt, yet remaining increasingly skeptical. Later on, Mariam Elinahu saw Adina Belen with one of the 3 JDL fascists who had kidnapped Comrade Net and Uriah Adaya. Yeah, we'll be going way into too much stuff. I'll do a stream on this, on the other blogs that this is associating and quoting towards, because I'll be going there for ages if I go into every bit of context regarding the months before. Like I will, but I still cover them hopefully within as rapid succession as possible, because I feel that this this discussion on the kidnapping of Net and other stuff like that could make up its own stream and its own processes of discussion. Maybe even great if I could get Comrade Net on for that. I just want to try and streamline my focus towards this this current situation regarding the May 27th. But this context is still important, so I will be getting into it as soon as possible. I just don't want to feel like I'm obfuscating anything. I must be as committed as possible to the struggles of the people, and I can't waver on that. And the Jewish people are massively important in that interaction. poorer culture and a rejection of April Fool's Day. Interesting. Sorry, I get distracted. I hope you both. I hope you read both of these footnotes on the Bundes movement because I want all the context covered. It's like they're speaking to me. They know I was going to do this stream. Sorry, I'm just jesting. Yeah, no. What's it? I auto. Sorry, I keep getting really itchy fucking nose. Where's my fucking tissue, man? Let me spray some Raid around here. Sorry, I'm dealing with a fucking no-see-em problem, sandflies. My Arizona comrades actually will know what they are and what they're about. Same as a lot of my other comrades who live in the plains in America. And my goodness, this shit is a nauseation and a half. I'll tell you that. Just become a picking session. You watch me just fucking go for a dig. I do apologize, comrades. I'm awfully sorry. Be right back. Sorry, comrades, about the delays and all that. Oh shit. That was intelligent. Sorry about that, comrades. Um, the events at the synagogue shooting on May 27th, 2019 is no secret. None of us are stupid enough to give out our names, and I don't know the real names of those who made up the membership of the Proletarian Revolutionary Front. I'm not saying that the Bundist movement is stupid for using their real names. The Proletariat Revolutionary Front, did not know me by my real name, nor did they know me as Pockeral. They knew me by a pen name. Someone with connections, I will not say who, phoned the Proletarian Revolutionary Front. The Proletarian Revolutionary Front has had several members come and go, but consistently there had been 9 members. The Proletarian Revolutionary Front was a small revolutionary gang of black and Mexican Marxist-Leninists. Why did I say that so funny then? Marxist-Leninists. So hey, fucking my Brummy side is coming out. I more prefer to entwine with my Yorkshire heritage than my Brummie heritage. Thank you very much. Oh, other than the Scottish Brummies in my family, I got a lot of love for them. What's it? Comes from my great grandfather. Sorry, great grandfather. Great grandfather. No, it's great grandfather, isn't it? I think it's my granddad's dad. Yeah, it was. It's my great grandfather. That's the one. Um, he was a proud Scottish diaspora. I always get it confused up because I get it confused with my my great great uncle and a great grandfather on my mom's side, but on um my granddad on my mom's side instead of his dad's side. Um, uh, um, oh, sorry, what's the word? Yeah, there's I get it confused with the Irish diaspora on my great nan's side of the family. So on my great nan's side of the family, her father, I think it was her father and brother were um Irish diaspora. Um, her father and his brother, sorry, yeah, her father and his brother were Irish diaspora, I think. Okay, two reactionaries have unsubscribed. Will everything I can do to get you more subs. Respect, brother. I didn't even notice I'd lost two subscribers. What the fuck's that all about? What's the problem? Like, what? Because I'm covering the struggle of the Bundists? Oh, I got one of them back. But what the fuck is these people's problems? They're afraid of the truth, man. They're afraid of the truth. Um, let them be swallowed in their pity and their self indulgence. What they got a problem that I'm covering the fucking struggles of these lost comrades. The Proletarian Revolutionary Front has had several members come and go, but consistently there have been 9 members. The Proletarian Revolutionary Front was a small revolutionary gang of black and Mexican MLs. 8 of the members of the Proletarian Revolutionary Front were murdered on May 30th, 2019. The only survivor of the Proletarian Revolutionary Front is Commander Soviet Menace. and I have had to piece his information together without his help. Proletarian Revolutionary Front left California shortly after the events of the synagogue wedding massacre and came to Arizona the following day. They had been rather fatigued. The person who phoned them was rather determined to enlist their help. Not far from where the wedding massacre took place, some of the Phoenix police started changing the cameras on several cross streets. Several Phoenix cross streets had the place. Some of the had cameras changed by police during including 27th Avenue and Bell Road, 35th Avenue and Bell Road, and 35th Avenue and Union Hills, 19th Avenue and Northern, and some others I have not been able to fully account for. But the list of accounts and confirming accounts is growing at an alarming rate. All of this was done on May 28th, 2019. The Proletarian Revolutionary Front came armed with video cameras to film the police changing the cross-street surveillance cameras. They recorded this on near the 27th Avenue and Bell Road. The guy who phoned the Proletarian the guy who phoned the Proletarian... I can't speak properly, sorry. The guy who phoned the Proletarian Revolutionary Front recorded the police changing the cameras at 35th Avenue on Bell Road. I can not reveal the identity of the man who phoned the Proletarian Revolutionary Front enlisting their aid. These events put him in extreme danger. What I shall give an account on is a combination of his testimony and the testimony of others. On May 30th, 2019, eyewitnesses saw Adina Bilen talking to Benny Lestung in a rather friendly way. Sorry, I'm having these fucking drain flies, whatever the fuck, the sand flies are fucking attacking me, and they go for your fucking nose. They're weird. Fucking bastards, man. Sprayed loads of Raid everywhere. It should be fucking killing the bastards. Oh, that's the thing, I didn't shake the can. Genuinely fucking hurting my nose, man. Like, fuck's sake. Yeah, my life's been falling apart quite a bit recently. My health certainly is falling to pieces, and now I got this fucking fly problem, and it's driving me up the wall. The sink problem has been solved regarding it, but then it's like the fuckers are everywhere. They're basically like fleas with wings, and they're even harder to see than fleas. And so like, you know, you wouldn't even see them on the camera even if you tried. The camera's not high enough res to see some of it. They're a millimeter to 3 millimeters big. Like they are excruciatingly impossible to see for even when you're not on the camera. Like with my own eyes, you guys won't even see them. But they're fucking. They come in the evening and they come in the morning, and they're little bastards. And it's like early in the morning, so they'll come at like the night from about like 5 o'clock till about 1. And then they stop for 3 hours, and then they start again about 4 o'clock. Evil bastards, mate. I just thought I'd mention that because, like, fucking, it makes me riff about, and I look like I'm fucking. What's it? Who knows where? Um, they're normally the flies you hear me yelling at as well. Whenever I've been yelling at flies on stream, is a nice little like trivia. Um, and they go for your fucking ears too. I forgot to mention that they don't just go for your don't just go for your nose. They go for your ears, and the little bastards. Like I say, my Arizona comrades don't know what I'm on about when I say no-see-ums and I say sandflies. Like, you know, the tiny little things you can't even see the fuckers, and the females bite like fucking horse flies, but they're tiny, and you know, they fucking they breed like all hell. Just been let loose. Again, on April 30th, 2019, the Phoenix Police started changing the camp. Oh wait, no, I think I read that bit, didn't I? No, I didn't. Okay. Carried on the cross streets, the Proletarian Revolutionary Front, along with the man who had found them to come to Arizona, recorded these police changing the cameras at the cross street and the building nearby. Many onlookers have seen these occurrences and spoken to several individuals who give similar accounts to this. The distressing news about this is that I cannot get anyone working in these buildings to give a testimony. In fact, I have received nothing but denial of such events. I find this very frustrating because the number of eyewitnesses to these events of May 30th, 2019 are growing more and more. People are seeking me out to document this. I'm losing track of how much information I've gathered. The Proletarian Revolutionary Front and the man continued video recording from several angles. As this was happening, the members of the Jewish Defense League and the National Socialist Movement chased after them. All 9 members of the Proletarian Revolutionary Front, along with the man who had phoned them, was detained and shoved into a white van. All of the video cameras were smashed to pieces. As the 10 of them were in the van, Commander Soviet Menace managed to escape. Commander Soviet Menace ran over to the Lenin Mao Communist Union, who was greeted by the General Secretary, Edward Phil. Our General Secretary contacted all of us, members of the Lenin Mao Communist Movement. We had to drop all other engagements and focus on a search for the 9 people abducted. Meanwhile, inside the white van, Dina Bilen, the JDL Zionist, Bunny Lestung, the neo-Nazi human trafficker, it is unclear who the driver was or who the side seat passenger in front was. Anything I say about that is on my part. That on my part is speculation, though. Inside the white van, the 8 members of the Proletarian Revolutionary Front were repeatedly stabbed by Adina Belen, way past her killing them. On the first few stabs, and sometimes the first stab, when a man who phoned the Proletarian Revolutionary Front was hit unconscious by Bunny Lestung. The man had woken up in a big warehouse room in a building under construction in the city of Surprise, Arizona, within downtown Surprise. He was interrogated and tortured by electrocution at the hands by Edina Belen, or the old school electrocution trick. I see. You get someone that can produce a direct current, and then you fucking strap it onto them. You run electricity through them, or you get them run through a connected circuit. A connected circuit one is disastrous. That'll blow through them and destroy their nervous system. But if you get a good old DC current that blasts some direct electricity at them, that's nasty business. The old strap some fucking fucking lost my train of thought. My brain isn't working well today. I do apologize, comrades. Like, I couldn't let this go off. I have to do this on this day, so I do apologize that I'm not at my best. Which I should be. For doing something like this. So dedication to these lost comrades. But we're gonna get through all of this, and we're gonna show all our solidarity we can, because regardless of how fucked I am, I'm not dead, and my life is still in existence, and these people sacrificed their life for the revolution, and I owe them everything in that regard. May they be blessed in the fields of Elysia for their struggles. I accidentally scrolled up, sorry. At the hands of Adina Belen, during this time, during this time, we all members of the Lenin Mao Communist Union gathered our intelligence and spoke to various people who had seen the events of abduction. A skill taught to us by the now dead Hannah Toff from the Bundes movement, or may she rest in power. General Secretary Edward Phil, armed commander Soviet menace with guns from our armory. One of the best things about Arizona is that the right to bear arms is best here more than any other American state. General Secretary Edward Phil drove Commander Soviet menace near the location. Commander Soviet menace went inside the building and saw both Adina Belen and Bunny Lestung from the view of their backsides. And with the rifle, that General Secretary Edward Phil gave them, shot them both dead. Commander Soviet menace handed the man a pistol for protection when he got to the hostage and saved them from the torturing that was going on. Handed him a pistol. Handed a pistol to the informant. The informant comrade that I'd say informant comrade. I mean, I'm using my language wrong. The comrade that informed the Proletarian Revolutionary Front. He gave him a pistol for protection, and they ran out as they were confronted by some neo-Nazis that I believe had been a part of Jared 88's National Socialist Revolutionary Guard. The man killed 4 of them in self-defense. They both ran to General Secretary Edward Phil's car and got in. Jared 88 drove in pursuit of them, but gave up after 4 miles of this pursuit. I think this is because Jared 88 is not protected by the police in the city of Surprise. Rather, I am rather sure this protection to be above the law is not beyond the cities of Phoenix and Glendale. This comes into the way that lumpen petit bourgeoisie organized with the police. So like the lumpen petit bourgeoisie, they organize with the police. They do deals and shit so that they can get off with things, so they don't get caught for stuff, so they can go about and shoot places up without getting in trouble. Hell, I think it's about 20 years ago now. That happened to a guy I know in my town where he got shot up by the outlaws. And nothing happened to the outlaws for it. I'll tell you that. And that happened in my town centre, and it's not like it's something that you could avoid. It's quite like this situation. No one got killed or anything, but in the sense that it was so out in the open, and I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? This is the prospect of people in the first world. They're all fucking all about making their own world out of shit, so they cover up the existence of reality itself around them, and they forge their own beliefs of the world and ignore what's going on. If an organized white criminal group goes and does something when they're all well-off, affluent people, or they pay enough money into the system or the state that people feel that they can get off with it. People are fine with that, and they start supporting those people massively. They both ran to General Secretary Edward Phil's car and got, oh yeah, sorry, next bit. I am rather sure, oh no, next bit, the following day, Chairman James Frankfurt, General Secretary Edward Phil, and ARC Director Bradley Butch aided Commander Soviet Menace and his friend in investigating as much as possible. Commander Soviet Menace and his, and his friend have both left Arizona. I suspect that the reason Chairman James Frankfurt, General Secretary Edward Phil, and Art Director Bradley Butch were murdered on June the 8th, 2019, is because of how much they learned when they aided Commander Soviet Menace and his friend. This flag below is that's the flag I've got on the top right corner that I'm mentioning now, the flag of the Proletarian Revolutionary Front. Yeah, I'll get the Mao Commune flag up because that one's a good one. Image 4. Got like a stat going on. Actually, I could pop you. Oh no, I haven't dragging anything. Put you up there. And put you down there, and they all fit somewhat nicely, I guess. There we go. Look at that. I need to make that Silence is Genocide my watermark, really. You know, I have the Lumpen M3W watermark made by a close comrade once again from the Arizonan struggle. I could change it for a bit just to the Silence is Genocide and keep that on for a while. Wait, are you in contact with that at this moment? I might be. Do you need someone passing over to him, like M3W comrade? Um, I'm having a brain fart. There we go. Sorry. The uh, could make a montage of all my humming noises. No, it's okay. I'm just surprised he's able to watch through this. It's really hard for him, and it's crashing him down. But like from what he told me about the first stream is that he's finding the process of the solidarity and the love and the coming together and the really sort of trying to figure these things out. He's finding it what's the word? Sorry, uh, uh, uh I can't think of the word, but empowering in the sense of dealing with grief. I can't think of the word for it. It's all this fancy pantsy aristocrat language, but it it you do I do feel an empowered nature from that when when there is solidarity shown his way for these struggles that brings him forward and able to overcome things. And I mean, let's be real. This is Comrade Net. Like he's the guy who is much tougher than he looks, as always. Like a man of many surprises, and he's gone through so much hardship and is always burning himself out trying to solve everyone else's shit. Like the main reason I'm surprised is able to watch through this is more so because the guy's always busy all the time. That's the thing. And no, I know what you're getting at, because I know, like, you know how much this hit Comrade Net, how much this hit the Bundists. It's hard business to go through it and have all this hashed out and have to relive all the trauma that went on with this shit. It's heartbreaking to see the way that this breaks down, my brother and Comrade Net, and it's like you just I'm so, I'm sorry. You 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 just you do all you can to try and comfort the comrade, to show all you can of love and solidarity, and that you and building things forward. But it just, I know you guys know how it is. You guys are all on the streets, but this shit really fucking tolls on you, man. I'm not even the one who's all intertwined with all these people and gone through all of the experience of getting to know these great people, and they've all died, and everyone that's tried to help them has died. Like, it's breaking my heart, and it's hitting me hard all the way from over here. So, like, it is monumental that the Comrade Net would put himself through going from watching this, but there's good reason why he's not coming up to speak about stuff. Like, he's not ready for that at the moment. Like, he's going through so much stress, and never ending cycle for him. Oh yeah, and M3W, my black brother, Comrade Net, says he looks forward to his next meeting with your brother. And it is him and his amazing wife are sorting out paperwork for you, my brother. So he's saying it in a way where I think you know what he means. So, like, top stuff. Oh, fucking having a brain fart. Sorry. That's the end of that post. Detailed information. Okay, what's this one? Okay, this one blog here that I've got, that's the last on my compilement list. I am also gonna do that as a separate video, because it's getting into, like, the nitty gritty of what happened, like what actually happened, more specifically towards, like, the 27th. And I should have covered it on the 27th. but sort of one of them goes there. Solidarity to him. This is the year we see everything showing merit. Absolutely. Absolutely. Solidarity to you, brother. Absolutely. Um, and this is going to be the decade where we see the third world rising. Revolution is the trend in the world today. And whilst one thing Caleb Moppin says it's correct, but it's the trend in the third world, not the first world. But our lumpen proletarian and lumpen aristocratic street cadres have been showing that there is revolutionary activity in the first world. There is this intent to push forward, but it comes from the lowest echelons. It comes from the brothers and sisters on the block. Oh, do you know what? The one that I'm saying anyway, that I would save was one that Nat had already suggested to save in the chat. He's always one step ahead of me, you know, all the time. You little bastard. Oh, love and solidarity, brother. Oh man. Sorry, I was just checking my notes, like and like sorry, I need to pass a message on for Comrade Net that I forgot to pass on. Fucking hell, it's been that long since I've written a message to the guy. Okay, I've passed the message on to the Glover, good old Bramwell. Okay, fucking the white light of the fucking screen. So I am sorry for the messy way I've done this. As much as my anti-professionalism is a good thing to the struggle and us pushing our positions, I have disappointed myself with how much of a mess I've been this stream. I could have been a little more concise and functional for this one, but I just got in from doing my I had to go out walk 4 miles to go get myself some what's it? Well, it's 4 mile there, 4 mile back, but I had to go get some raid, you know, the fly killing shit. Get those bastard flies. And that's why I was late to do the stream as well. I should also apologize for that. I meant to do it by 16:20, and I didn't get to do it until gone 5, maybe 6 o'clock. You know, I wanted to make sure that I was as attentive with these streams as much as possible. That's why I'm being so apologetic, and I'm known for this. I'm like a Canadian. I am. I'm sorry all the time, but genuine. This situation, it's so important to me to show the solidarity that I'm kicking at myself and I'm not doing things on time. When I checked my phone and I was out and I saw that it was way past, it was like 20 to 5 and I hadn't got back yet. It fucking hit me. Like I was like, I was on my way home at the time as well. Like I was already pushing to get back, and I was like this rush in my mind. Now I gotta get back quicker. I meant to do this sooner. Because you know, we're talking the loss of comrades here. It's not simple business. You know, like Marxist Leninists, not the good ones, not the Proletarian Revolutionary Front, not the Gavarists, not the Hozists. Your typical revisionist Marxist Leninists, because they are revisionists most of the time, and if they're not, they at least support revisionists. So I mean, what's the fucking difference? These Marxist Leninists, they are all about cults of personality, and they go around, giving a shit about the death of all these leaders they build cults around. Now, I got no disrespect to people who show respect to the death of people. It hits me hard with some great revolutionaries too that they lost their lives. Like, that's not a Rungan thing. I'm not complaining at that. What I'm complaining about is that they build this cult of personality around certain figures. They then flaunt around their deaths and all that, but they have not a peep to them when actual comrades of the street are dying. People who they haven't put on a special pedestal and have rewritten the context around of. You can't recontextualize someone who actually exists in the real motherfucking world when they still exist in the world. They can recontextualize themselves. Obviously, you can try, you can go to do it, but there's a compounding contrast that exists within that retrospect. So they'll do everything they can to destroy it. The MLs, they don't just ignore a lot of comrades who are suffering, who have lost their lives, and show respect to them. They disrespect people who do that and say that we're getting too over focused on things. They'll try and project their elitism onto people and try and accuse people of being elitists. For showing love and solidarity and coming together around the fact that the comrades are lost. They are martyrs to the struggle, and they deserve all the love, respect, and solidarity that one affords a martyr. Otherwise, that person should be known for the disrespectful cunt that they are. If you have got no respect for martyrdom, you're in the wrong struggle. Like revolutionary suicide, Fred Hampton, Black Panther Party. The man and women in the revolution, when coming to struggle, if you're going to commit to rhetoric that's anti-capitalist, and you're going to commit to rhetoric that wants to build socialism, you've got to be ready for the reaction of the system against that rhetoric. You've got to be capable of dealing with that. You can't shy away from it. If you're gonna be a communist, be a communist. But remember that McCarthyism and all the other stuff like that is not a bygone thing. It just exists in different mannerisms, normally in the second world, but it does here too. They find their ways to make a disparity between the petty bourgeois controlled book clubs and petition organizations that call themselves communist parties, and the lumpen proletarian filled Maoist organizations that they turn around and declare as enemies of the state and don't give them any legal right to exist. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole anarchist thing as well, that targets both anarchists and Maoists, from Trump and all them lot, and it's basically become the new pushing line of both Trump and Biden is to stop the anarchists. And I mean, they fucking probably maybe they saw what's going on in places like Arizona and Washington and places like that, where there is anarchists coming together and saying, you know what, fuck this, fuck the USA. But nonetheless, they're starting anarchists to start on Maoists. They're starting Maoists is a start on the diaspora Jewish Bundist movement that's on the streets fighting for their rights. It's an attack on Demarchism, because Demarchism is an ally of Maoism and an ally of anarchism. And when you attack us, you attack all of us. Like that. We're all in this together when it comes to that, and we'll stand by it. When we all eventually go our own ways, I don't think people understand this, but with all the groups we're coming together, I mean, the Demarchists might sometimes deny it, but a lot of them act like dialecticians and follow a lot of materialist standpoints. So it's like, yeah, you guys call yourselves not dialectical materialists, but it seems like you just don't like the word. Every other group as well seems to be using DM and HM. Like, The anarchists are like, I love these new lumpen anarchists that are cropping up everywhere because they always seem to keep making the same conclusion. That dialectical and historical materialism is the truth to the matter of how we analyze and look at the universe and is universal. And you know what I say to all those MLs who are anti-anarchist? If they're following dialectical and historical materialism, when it comes to the contradictions that they have to face following forward in the struggle, and they are committed to the principles of socialism and the principles of the proletarian struggle, they will eventually come to our conclusion. If they are honest, true, dialectical materialists who are following the same philosophical principles of dialectical materialism from the perspective of being a socialist, they'll come to our same conclusions. That's why I like Islamic socialism and Islamic communism, because it's still so very dialectical and it's horribly ignored. But I just, just as a way of sort of ending this up, brothers and sisters, I will say this is that please be about for the 8th of June. That's when we'll be doing the next stream on this. I don't know what time of the day, but that is when the next stream will come. 8th of June. Mark it in your calendars. That's for the death of the Lenin Mao commune. I will get it right this time. I got it wrong with the title this time when I started the stream up. I fixed it before I pressed stream. I had to be told because I didn't notice it. I'd only just got back and I hadn't even loaded the thing up when I was rang about it. Because I had to have brother Dublin come and ring me up and tell me what I want. But I will say this, that I'm not going to stop talking about this issue. There's so much material for me to stream and talk about regarding this. I'm not going to stop. You know, as we keep moving on, we need to advance the discussion on Palestine, advance the discussion on Yemen, advance the discussion on the genocidal wars that China, the US, the UK, and France are waging. Because they keep waging proxy wars. Everyone wants to talk about the direct dirty wars, but no one wants to talk about the proxy wars. Where, I mean, like, we have like Ethiopia and what's the name of the country next to Ethiopia? I forget it. Starts with an S. But those two are going on and all this stuff like that. We need to expand all these discussions on this. And this has been an interesting stream. Thanks, respectful remembrance for our fallen comrades. Absolutely, brother. You know, respect that. I should say brethren. It's a little more gender neutral. I can't presume people's genders. Respect, brethren. I guess there's sort of a really sort of crowning point to really get to on this, is that this isn't going to end. This is going to keep continuing. We're going to keep slashing this out, but this comes into the unity of contradictions we've got to oppose here. We got to look at, you know, these all intersect. These are all relative to colonialism. Always remember that. Stamp that in your mind. All of these murders that happened, not just of the Jews, of the other groups too, were colonial acts of violence. That came from a police-run organization. This is literally bit for bit colonialism. So when I say that, like, you know, this all maps together and it's all a part of the advancing struggle, when you tie it all on the basis of colonialism and you look at the relations there, it advances into this sort of position where it's looking at the wider scale of how the American struggle for these oppressed, colonized minorities compares to the Irish struggle, the Palestinian struggle, the Yemenese struggle, the Etiennean struggle, etc., etc. And so we need to be coming together to bring this back, the solidarity that once existed between the first world and the third world, along the lines of the colonized and along the lines of the lumpen proletariat. We need to bring back the solidarity the lumpen proletariat and the proletariat used to have amongst each other. We need to remove the bourgeoisification of the proletariat, get them out of their slime mark, and we need to come together on this. And we need to all be loud. This isn't the end of this. This is the end of this stream. In the moment, I'm just making it cafes, but this isn't the end of this. We're gonna keep hammering this out. My Bundes comrades, my ML and my MLM comrades, especially my black and my Chican comrades, are going through all these struggles. You have all my love and solidarity. All the love and solidarity I can give, especially for those who were close to the lost ones, those of my Jewish comrades and brothers and sisters, those of my comrades and brothers and sisters of the ML and MLM parties, respectively. This is hard business, man, and these comrades have gone through enough. Like, even the ones who might not have even known these people, like, if you ever saw me talk about Arizona, or any of us other talk about Arizona is a mad place. And so these people, they're always in the tuffle to survive. And when you're in the lumpen proletariat and you're going through that struggle in a place like Arizona, it's like the thing said before, it's do or die. The genuine is do or die. Like, if you're caught up in the whims of things and you're not fighting enough for your own survival, your survival will be diminished. You will be reduced. Solidarity to all the dead who died for liberation. Absolutely. Respect to that, brother. Respect. So, you know, we will be the voices of the voiceless. That is the process of my channel. My channel specifically is meant to be a voice for the voiceless. I need to commission someone who's good at doing things, hopefully for free, because I'm a scummy little fuck and got no money, but no bastards, they'll end up charging me. I know a street comrade wouldn't charge me, but if I'm you know what I'm saying, like, if I can't do it, I should fucking, what am I trying to English? If I can't do it, I should ask a comrade who knows how to do it and see if they'll do it for me. But someone's always going to end up charging me. But I want to make like a trailer thing for my channel where it's like the voices of the voiceless by what's it, Low Key. It's one of my favorite Low Key songs. But actually, it is my favorite. I love whistling along to the tune of it, the rhythm. And I just love singing along to the chorus. The chorus is fucking boss, man. I mean, the whole song's boss, man, but the chorus, especially boss, man. And we need to keep being the voices of the voiceless. That is the job of MRN, and always has been the job of MRN. Jason has been holding that line long before he ever had me as a line holder, and has held that line quite firmly. Let MRN keep being the voices of the voiceless. Let us stand as strong and as firm next to our brothers and sisters at the street who have lost their lives for liberation, for freedom, to protect their brothers and sisters, to find out what had happened to those who also sacrificed themselves and had died for freedom, those who had lost their lives due to the assassination, massacre on the synagogue that massacred 27 people. I want to give all my love and respect to the Bundists and my brothers and sisters of the Bundists that are still alive. I want to give all my love and respect to the revolution, the Proletarian Revolutionary Front and their last surviving member, Commander Soviet Menace. And if you could ever get in touch with me at all, that would be great. I think my Proton mail is on my channel. Let me check just in case. Yeah, my Proton mail, comradestonesoviet at protonmail.com is on my channel description in the details. If you ever hear there's strict Commander Soviet Menace, which you might, I know that brothers and sisters are always looking out and passing things around, and that is the process of when you have engagements with lumpen proles. We're all about ensuring that each other knows when the solidarity is being shown, and when love is in the air. Love is in the air, brother. If you could ever reach out to me and in solidarity, speak to me on these issues, I'd love it. But I really understand if you can't. Like, I really understand if that is too risky even then for you. Um, you've been through a lot, and it's very, very traumatizing. Don't ever rush yourself or break yourself or kick yourself if you don't. But my door is open to speaking with you, comrade. Like, your experience, got to be spoken to. Love, solidarity, and respect to the Lenin Mao commune, and also as well, I'd like to get contact with the Internationalist Revolutionary Front. Is that what the name was again? I've forgotten. Um, sorry, the Internationalist Resistance Guard. That's the one. Um, the beautiful comrades that helped get the words out of the Proletarian Revolutionary Front, and have been a supportive organization of the Proletarian Revolutionary Front since the start of its existence. I got to give absolute solidarity to them too. Thank you very much for bringing light to my comrades' struggles, and it would be nice to foster some form of contact with you comrades as well. Um, I I I will say this is the end to this stream. Um, Love and solidarity to all the dead martyrs of these three massacres, and may the multipolar intercommunal movement in Arizona that is made up of different forms of socialists, from demarchists to anarchists to Bundists to no, I think I covered it all. Oh, Marxist Leninists, although they're not very common really. We Varist and Hosierist style anti-revisionist MLs. There we go. That covers that problem of MLs mostly being shitty in the first world. Long live that multipolar struggle, for the end of Arizona, and as the state it is at the moment, and a bringing to a socialist state within that region, as they pry not only they pry to cause destruction and prevent the imperial war machine from moving forward through as all the world has put the activity of struggle against the activity of struggle in the first world and revolution in the third world. But let's be real, if any state in America is going to have a revolution first, it's going to be my motherfucking brothers and sisters in Arizona, and that is where we'll leave it on. Love and solidarity, my brothers and sisters. I am fucking always going to be thinking about you. And the struggles that you've gone through, the plights that you've been through, and the brothers and sisters you've lost. Stay safe, stay frosty, and stay red. Red salute, brothers and sisters.